gonna hit go live.
All right.
Nobody cuss
I
for
think
like
it would
5
be-
seconds.
Okay, no, Axe, I still need that card out of you. What do you want for it?
Let me look at the set.
That's true. Axe was
Actually
prevaricating
resist
about
the
other
urge.
stuff. All right.
I'm not gonna let this go.
That's fair.
If it gets Omega mad at me, so be it.
I mean, it's fine, just so long as you don't swear about it in my first 5 seconds. I
I'm not
only,
gonna
I
swear.
only just got What's Up full monetized for no reason. It was limited ads, and I don't know why. Also,
I'm not
yes,
lost.
I have
I'm not
your,
gonna swear.
I have
I
your
also think I
chat
could-
window pulled up, people. I'm moving it around, but you're not showing up currently, so I don't know what's up with that.
I also think a Caduceus.
Let me double check. Let me make sure
What's a
everything's fine.
Caduceus?
Artifact Caduceus.
Deal, sure.
Because it's a rare and I wish if anyone
Yeah,
had Double Knights
deal.
Brothers, I'd take that, but that's something else. That's too much.
Well, yeah,
There
that's
we
an
go.
ultra.
Okay,
and
now it popped.
I
in.
do have that,
Oop,
but I'm not.
No, that's
Oh,
not.
brothers?
Give me the chat window. I want to move it around. Thank you.
No, the field spell.
Let's leave you guys over there.
Oh, right.
Let's leave you guys
Do
over there.
that, actually.
They're working out trades while I'm positioning everything. But hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fail Portrayal. After like a month, we're back. It's because Dallas and Axe were doing finals and stuff, and we're unreachable.
Hi.
I mean, I still showed up, but yeah, totally.
Hey, it paid off. It paid off. I got 4 A's in 4 classes.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Better than I ever will do, but hey, it's nice.
Yeah, don't seem so bitter. Okay, so today we got a special one for you. In celebration of the Winter Cheer, we have decided to bust out a very modern archetype. Are you ready to laugh at modern Yu-Gi-Oh? We're going to talk about
What are they
Ursa
looking
Arctics
Trust me,
today.
we will.
So, we're going to talk about Ursa Arctic first, by the way, because there's only 10 of those monsters. And, unfortunately, most of their spell traps are just, look at bear robots doing bear robot things.
How many spell traps are there?
There's like 5 or 6. They've gotten a little bit of post-release
Oh, so-
support.
So there's enough to make a whole deck of just pure Ars Arctic, I guess.
Yes, you can make an Ursa Arctic deck. They are functional outside of Grand Creators with a couple of extra support bits added on.
Oh yeah. I just
Would
remembered
you?
something.
I don't think so. They're not great.
We also could technically do the Starry Night archetype. There's like 5 cards.
There's a few more cards about that, but also that's not really worth doing, because most of their effects are supporting level 7 light dragons, because it's a Sayria joke, and all of their art is just look at this slightly pointy man. There's not really anything to critique there. Remember, this is Fail Portrayal. We are stealing from Rada's pathetic aesthetic. We're here to mock art first.
Rod is
And
not a
then
real
mock
person
effects.
anymore. It's okay.
That's not
I
true.
mean-
He keeps putting out archetype archives. And he did
They're really
say
good
when
videos.
Farfa interviewed him that he would be doing more streams with Jambles. So I'm hoping that that Fail Portrayals come back. But we've already done his job for him. We did the archetype archive and the Fail Portrayal on Elemental Heroes already. That's basically what this is. Rada
we
refuses
done
to
Cookie?
release videos more than like 3 times a year, so I'm Thanosing this. I'll do it myself. So,
Actually, yeah, have we done Kokimerus yet?
no, we've
Or,
not done Kwakimeru. That's
okay,
on our
or
list.
we also have not done numbers, but that's another thing.
No, I've told
Connors,
people I'm
too
not
many
doing
numbers.
numbers until there's a big
10K.
sub reward because there are literally over 100 of them.
Yeah.
Get lucky for this, just so we can complain about the
No,
art.
Yeah,
I will not
numbers
subject
numbers
Lucky
like
to.
a
So
Yes.
Lucky is better built to be here for like 6 hours, but I will not subject Lucky to 6 hours of looking at jank Yu-Gi-Oh art that doesn't make any
He
sense.
also will probably get annoyed at us trying to talk. 'Cause he doesn't like that sometimes.
Well, yeah, he doesn't like to be talked over.
just gonna say, but yeah,
I
no.
gotta find the
Numbers
story
is
point.
like we split that up into like 4 parts or something.
Not 2, 2 or 3.
Not Megabilis. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find like the most baby Ursarctic to
Do it by level
actually
order, I
start.
The
with.
level 1 synchro.
I mean, I guess we could start there. That is kind of the core of the deck. That is Polari. Yeah, I was just double checking the names. So let's pull up the old Polari art. But after this, because there are only 10 cards, we will probably pivot to doing probably just try and hammer out what is it, Flamvell and or Naturia right away. Continue our
I will
regularly
say,
scheduled
like, this
programming, as
art
we
at the
say.
beginning is at least, that's a cool
Jesus
screensaver.
Christ. Yeah, that was what was it? Ursarctic Deployment, I think. Let me actually double check what card art that was.
I'll say, like,
So
maybe there's at least
time
worth
to
showing
come
two-
clean.
Ursarctic Departure.
Time to-
Sorry.
Time to come clean on this.
Looks like a
I actually
Digimon.
like most of the Ursarctic art.
Let's look at Digimon. It's actually
So
not
I
bad.
think some of the art is okay, but some of the art shows some of the weaknesses modern Konami has. Polari does not. Polari is a good design.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing.
It's a weird
Most
Star
of the
Bear guy.
I'm okay with most of the Earth Arctic art because it is not the thing that modern Yu-Gi-Oh is terrible at doing, which is dragons.
Yes, it is not. It is not robots that are dragons. It is bears that are robots. Robot bears.
And I think that's a cool aesthetic.
Oh yeah, just this thing.
no.
It does look like a Digimon, right? Or am I just
I mean, yes, no,
Yes,
it does.
no, correct.
Well,
No.
Like in a good way.
I'm gonna be very brutal. From like 2016 onward, like the Arc of the era, Yu-Gi-Oh has been ripping off Digimon hardcore.
I mean it's
I wonder
Aura
if it's
Vanguard.
I wonder if it has to do with the fact that I think they start to do it like as early as like 5Ds and obviously in Zexal, but I feel like the art style for Arc V and the way they handle the duels leans very heavily into the CGI monsters area.
It's also because Digimon was
Well,
kind
it
of
didn't
dead
go.
for
It
like
didn't
5
go
years after games.
super Digimon until Vrains. Vrains was when it was just like, no, we're just Digimon.
I mean, Vrains
now.
I can understand because Vrains is
also-
literally a digital
Type.
setting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's not like they released, a monster, a
Right.
new monster type that would possibly reflect that.
Honestly, if Digimons were cards, they'd probably all be cybers. So
Yes.
All right, I
But
know
you
the
see-
Digimon card game isn't popular, but
It does
I mean,
exist.
it does
I-
exist.
it does exist, and you can win money from actually winning tournaments instead of just cards.
Well, yeah, that's because Yu-Gi-Oh has that fucking dumb rule. Look, Kazuki Takahashi is a fine man, but some of
He
his
didn't want
opinions on
children
card
gambling for
games-
money, Dallas.
But they're already gambling for card packs.
But he's
Children are
from
gambling for card
Japan,
packs.
which is the capital of fucking children branding on gambling. That's what I don't understand.
No, Dallas. The gotcha game didn't exist in 1996.
Who am I talking? I'm not talking about gotcha games. You seen pachinko parlors and how much fucking
No. Pachinko's not
child
gambling,
branding
Dallas.
is-
You play
Not-
for
it's-
pellets. It's not real.
pachinko is gambling.
It is. It's
I
also
know,
not
I'm
for
just
children.
joke,
Pachinko
though.
is-
It's not for children.
Oh, okay.
They would
No,
not
I
think
know.
of pachinko as
Yes.
Pachinko does
Axis-
not count as gambling from a legal standpoint because you play for pellets. It's not for cash.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Because
we're
Japan
not
is-
here to get into the system. Anyway, this is Arsenic Polari. The OCG name of this is Bear Arcti. This is one of the few cases where the TCG has a way cooler archetype name. And in
Yes.
case you couldn't tell, these are based on the Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, the bear constellations. They even have a card which is called Arctic Big Dipper.
Oh yeah, Omega. Are there any actual spell traps worth showing? I guess. But I guess it'll be
No,
up to
not
you.
really.
No, we should show one just because it's fucking hilarious.
Which one?
But
The field
maybe
spell?
maybe afterwards.
The fusion spell.
Well, that's not. Well, I mean, I guess
It's-
technically
it's
we should
half an
bring up
Arctic card.
Arctic Drytron.
Oh yeah, Drytrons. Maybe we can do Drytrons too.
No,
No.
How many are there?
a lot.
Actually, there's not that many, but
There's more than
I'll
you
see
think
what
because they're for a lot
PTSD.
of stars. But also, I gotta be real. I don't think there's a fail portrayal about. We need to stop arguing about what fail portrayal is during the fail portrayal. We're making it right now. But with
Yeah.
Drytrons, there's also not a lot to commentate about. It's just all robot dragons all the way down. None of them are
Yeah,
different.
they all look terrible, but
They're all just weird
they're
mecha dragons with
consistently
different
terrible.
And
configs.
also, I'm sure that if any of the people here actually play actual Yu-Gi-Oh, they're probably
you've
tired
seen
of seeing.
Drytron cards.
Yeah, they're
I actually
probably
wanna-
tired
Also,
of seeing
that would
Drytrons.
mean we would have to pronounce Drytron cards. Which,
no,
I will try.
I would do all the pronunciation on purpose.
So this is Polari. It's obviously calling for Polaris, the North Star. This is a
Yep.
1-star synchro. How did that happen, guys? Well, let me tell you. This is a Beast Water, by the way. It has 700 attack and 1k defense. Cannot be synchro summoned. That's right. This is a synchro monster you cannot synchro summon. Must be summoned from your extra deck, close paren, by sending 2 monsters you control with a level difference of 1 to the graveyard, 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner. If this card is special summon, you can activate 1 Arctic Big Dipper directly from your deck. That is the field spell. You contribute 1 level 7 or higher monster, add to your hand, or special summon 1 Arctic monster from your graveyard. You can only use each effective Arctic Polari once per turn. So this is just Dark Synchro, guys. You need a tuner and a non-tuner, and you with a level difference of 1. By the
I'm
way, this is not
amazed.
archetype locked.
I'm amazed that they couldn't just word it that you could do synchros in reverse for a specific
To answer
archetype?
chat, they're whatever the fuck Gundam. What the fuck is the
Something
terrible
from
one?
like Build Divers.
The
or,
one
like,
that the dude's wife forced him to make.
Yeah.
They follow that design philosophy.
I'm not a Gundam guy. But do
I
Gundam
have
heads
no
have like
fighters.
a collective noun?
I don't know.
I think they're just heads.
I don't know.
I mean, sometimes it's the cockpit, but sometimes
Oh,
it's
No,
wait,
I mean,
hold on.
You guys, as in the people who are into Gundam.
nerds.
I was gonna say,
Mega
I
fans?
think, are you referring, whoever brought up Gundam? Are you referring to the bear guy? I think
Somebody
that's
talked about Bear
literally
Guy
what it's
earlier,
called.
yes.
But I'm amazed that in the wording of the actual card design that they just don't say you can synchro in reverse. It has to be treated as a special summon instead of just a reverse synchro.
Well, that's because that would require a rulebook edit. The rulebook of Yu-Gi-Oh says how synchro summoning works, which is
I mean,
Yeah.
tuner plus one non-tuner, and that
Well,
understands like how it
that's
works.
what Master Rule 6 is.
that'd be cool if it did.
And-
I'm gonna be making this joke all night.
Okay, Dallas has seen the Master Rule 6 Farfa video. All right.
Oh wait, Farfa stole that from Distant Coder. You can quote me on that.
I mean, I'm
no,
sure
I
just
think
decoded
if
it.
there's multiple versions of that video going around, that means that same guy on Facebook contacted both of them. So to explain, if you haven't watched Farfa's channel, he got approached on stream by a
Oh
guy.
no, mine's a different video.
Okay.
Distant Coder just keeps releasing videos titled "We finally found Master Rule 6" because he's a rules judge. So
okay.
people
Is he also
believed
the-
it for the first couple of times, but then
No. What
now they've caught
happened
on
to
the
Farfa was he got an anonymous email
Oh,
from a
Farfa got
guy.
trolled.
Yeah, no, not trolled. He knew because this guy clearly didn't speak English as a first language and was like, "Hello, I will sell you Master Rule 6 information if you give me good money on TCG Player and put me on stream." And so Farfa was like, "Bro, tell me what's Master Rule 6." Then there's like a fucking Red Web conspiracy board shit. Forget all that stuff. You can go watch the Farfa video if you want to see all of it. But basically what his conclusion was is put extra deck monsters in main deck, put fusions and synchros in main deck.
Also
Which is
to
not true,
clarify, because I finally found it, or not found it, my brain finally remembered it. It's a weird way to say that, but Gundam Seed Destiny was what I was talking about when I said the terrible Gundam show. That's what all the Yu-Gi-Oh robot dragons look like they're made from, is Gundam Seed Destiny robots.
But yeah, so to
Okay,
Axe's earlier point, you would have to specify how Dark Synchro works because the rule book is specific on how it is. It tells you what you need to do to perform a synchro summon. So
It's
this
almost,
card can't be synchroed.
I think it'd be cool.
it's
'cause
almost like that's why they had to have a card in the anime for doing Dark Synchro, because it broke the normal rules of synchro summoning.
But as I'm trying to say, I think it'd be cool if they put that in the rulebook because I think a lot of it would be nice considering how I think Lynx has invalidated a lot of mechanics in some ways.
I
No,
just
I,
want them to nerf
Lynx
monsters.
Link monsters haven't done anything to synchros.
So
No,
here's my
they
problem
power
with
creep
that.
them.
Here's my problem with it though, is that they would have needed to set that up way earlier.
Yeah, all
than
of
now.
the actual Dark Synchro monsters from 5Ds just require you to use a
Have been
Dark Tuner,
released.
which is way more easily used.
Yeah.
Like, if you just
But-
made it a general rule that you can negative summon, that would be nuts. That would be so broken. You would find
Yeah.
ways to abuse that.
Okay, I guess.
Oh, yeah,
I,
no.
I was thinking negative summon for like specific targets.
No.
But fair
Well,
enough.
Well,
then you just write cards like you write Berserk is the thing, because you can't.
What-
That's the thing. Synchro summoning is a generic summon format. It has rules. It has layout for like how your process is. You need tuners, non-tuners, levels, etc. And you
Well,
have to
Master
follow
Rule
the
6
requirement rules.
What Master Rule 6 actually just needs to be, and I will put this out here and I'll make this video because I can, is if a Link monster were to be changed to defense position, destroy that monster instead.
Yeah,
That's
I think I
literally
mean,
what Master Rule 6 needs
yeah,
to be.
I believe I've espoused that opinion myself. I think links
Yeah.
need a way to interact with defense position besides just now. Whether that's just they instantly explode or they're treated as zero defense,
And it will make
whatever.
Book of
but-
Moon so good.
Also,
but-
yeah, it would also make Link monsters have like an inherent weakness that some
Yes.
decks would need to care
Yes.
for because sometimes the things don't care about.
Hell, you could probably unban some of the busted Link monsters if you could just go, well, Book of Moon stops you.
Well, some of them.
Some of
like,
them, not
fucking
all of them, but some of them.
Summon Magician is a card that I don't know why that was ever printed.
Or it also
It
makes
was-
stuff like
it was
Ghost Strike
probably
actually
an anime.
terrifying for Link monsters.
Well, yeah, it would unfuck all of the face down decks that are fuckled by Links, and
Yes.
would also, like I said, it would rein in the power of Links. But we'll see what they do. There's some build up and speculation for people. Right now, we're in a big nostalgia cycle because it's an anniversary year.
What do you mean? Isn't Konami just constantly milking the tits of Blue Eyes and Dark Moon Juven?
I mean, a little, but not continuously.
They have
Like
them
it's been
hooked
a
up
few
into a
years
dungeon.
it's been a few years since there's been like a Blue Eyes like structure
Someone
deck.
draw fan art of that.
For now that like Battle of Chaos is very clearly on like an old school nostalgia set. The next set is like Dimension Fusion. I don't know. They named a set Dimension Fusion now. That's got some weird support in it. They're bringing back fucking heroic champions and heroic challengers, like with like 4 new cards. That's wild. By the way, that is on our list. Maybe after that comes out, we'll poke fun at that one. Anyway, this is Arsenic Polari. This is kind of your key card, the signature card for the deck. Is you get this weird, reverse tuna thing out, and I don't think there's anything to really say about its effects or appearance anymore. It exists.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Rainbow.
start pulling out some other Arsarctic cards. If I can find some card art. Here's the problem. Arsarctics are brand new. I mean, they're not brand new, but they're only about a year old tops, and nobody fucking likes them.
I
There's-
do, but I
Well,
wish they were
what I mean
better.
is, I don't think there's any like, as in terms of deck type, I don't think there's any big Arsarctic stands out there. There aren't people like
No.
jamming this at locals that much.
I mean, if I would play it at locals if I could, because all the cards are about $2.
Correct.
Look, you don't know
That's
how
the good thing about bad archetypes is they're cheap.
I mean, you can have fun with it at least.
you have no idea how much I wanted to make some kind of JoJo joke there.
I mean, you haven't
Arsartics-
even you haven't
Arsartics
even
don't
seen
need
most of the parts,
stands.
man. You've only seen like 2 episodes of Portrayal.
Oh, shut up, Axe. It's in the pop cultural osmosis now.
So
In the
this
lexicon.
is Arsarctic Mcpolar.
I like the way it looks.
Oh, not Mcpolar.
It's just
Mctanis.
your bear
That's
robot.
right.
Mctanis, yeah.
Yeah. So there's Mega and Meek. And then there's Billis and Tanis, and I assume that connects to certain stars in the Ursa. But
Mhm.
I am an astronomy nerd. I'm not so much of a nerd that I can catch some of the obscure references they make.
Yeah. I mean, I actually
looks cool.
do understand why Arsarctic and well, it's because I believe, if I'm not incorrect, they're all correspondent to a star in Ursa Major.
Yes.
Because Drytron did the same thing.
Yeah.
They're all corresponding into a constellation in Draconis.
Yeah. Drytron is Draco, and Arsarctic is Ursa Major. So
Right,
it makes sense why they would cross over. It's probably setting up like they can do future constellation shit, but I don't know if they will. We'll see.
Constellation archetype.
They have a lot of that stuff with, Constellars already.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the thing is. Sorry, Discord is being busy. I need to mute it after I clear out all these freaking notifications.
All I
Go
can
away,
say about
games.
this guy is
They're
just-
yelling about fighting games again. Gosh darn it. That
Just
channel will
another
be ruined
robot
for
there.
hours.
What channel?
Games.
Games.
Hashtag games.
Oh, they're yelling about fighting games.
Yeah, yelling about fighting games
Oh,
again.
hold on. I just need to insert my my weekly fuck what's that fucking company's name?
They're having an actual conversation. They're not yelling about random
I know, but
things.
I'm gonna do it.
Do it anyway. I just reminded him.
Because Omega's
there's
a
fighting
hater,
game
doesn't
nerds.
read anything, you know?
Anyway, so
Uh,
art-wise, Mctanis, I think he's a good second step because he's very simple. He is a bear robot.
Yeah.
He's a
Oh,
bear
it's Arc
Gundam.
System Works. That's the company I hate.
Dallas has a list. He has to look at his list to remember what companies he doesn't like.
Well, I actually do. You're joking, but I do.
I'm
I was
not
gonna
joking.
say, I'm pretty sure
I'm
that
stating
list
a
is
fact that
shorter
true
for him to
humorously.
say. I'm pretty sure that list would just be shorter if he noted down the ones he did like.
So, Arsarctic Mctanis It is a bear robot. He has a big sword. I think that's...
I think it's a sword. I can't tell. The rest
Well,
of the small.
he's got a long, long tail for a bear, but he's got some kind of thing. It could be like his other arm is glowing yellow, so I don't know. I'm
Look,
sorry, the art is the
he's-
size of a postage stamp. So
He's pulling a Gunnex sword here, and he is just the sword.
yeah,
guess.
he's a big robot man.
David, I think I'd be a little that actually gets that. Just
Yeah, you're not gonna. I already told you I am not that deep into Gundam or a lot of mecha series, so I will not get your references. This is like also when we did like certain hero archetypes, and I was like, oh god, I'm in the room with the Common Rider guys. I'm gonna die. Haha, I'm in danger. So
Don't-
do you
don't
guys
worry,
have any
Chad, I
thoughts
gotcha.
about his look?
I just realized I'm a Warhammer Fantasy dwarf. I have a book of grudges.
Yes, you do.
I mean, you realize this now?
It's less Scottish than I would expect.
I mean, you're just a variant. It's like a weird.
I guess technically the original dwarves were based on the Jewish people.
We had that
Let's
whole
not-
conversation.
let's not
It doesn't
go into
matter.
here.
We're not here to talk about Lord of the Rings. Do any of you have anything to say about Arsenic Mctanis?
I don't
Is he
know.
coming
The rest...
from a wormhole or something?
No, they just look
That's
like
an Aurora Borealis.
Marth, I'm sorry.
I think that's supposed to be Polaris. There is
Yeah.
an Aurora below him.
Yes.
They just kind of shoot through
No,
space.
That is definitely
Yeah.
Polaris.
Yeah, I'm only saying that because it was just all those rings around.
Well,
So-
I mean, it's probably both. Let's be honest.
So, Mctanis is a level 7 water beast. This is a beast, by the way, and water type. Even though that is definitely a
yes.
robot space bear.
I mean, it's not 7, so they can't call it a mechanical beast.
Yeah, it's probably just some bear wearing armor.
So, Berarkti
Beasts
or
are-
Sartic Mctanis. Level 7, you will not be pleased by its stats for a level 7. It is 700 attack, 1700 defense. But during the main phase, quick effect. By the way, during the main phase, quick effect. You can tribute one other level 7 or higher monster from your hand. Tribute from your hand, kids. Special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn, except monsters with a level. That's right. Don't play Lynx and don't play Xyz in this deck. Fuck you. Levels only.
And rituals are good too.
Well, yeah, rituals are good as well. If this card is special summoned, you can target one Arsenic monster in your graveyard except Mctanis. Add it to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn.
Actually, here's a weird thing. How broken would it be an effect that forces your opponent to only play things of levels?
I'm pretty sure that is an effect already.
Mm.
There are cards. There have to be cards like that. If not to stop
Yeah.
Lynx, to stop Xyz, the other really broken extra deck archetype.
Because it's surprisingly easy.
Yeah, I think
But
there
yeah,
was
so
already. Don't really have anything. I think there's already one out that just prevents like getting out same level of monsters to do XCs.
I do know that there is Dimension Barrier, which I'm pretty sure is a Link era card where you call a extra deck summon type except Link, and your opponent cannot perform that type that turn. I know this because the Cyber's AI deck likes to activate that whenever you summon 2 monsters of the same level and call Xyz.
Wow.
It's like, oh, I think you're going to Xyz summon, and you're like, no, dude. Nice try, though. Anyway, you can see kind of the general strategy. The Arsartic's main deck monsters are 7 and 8, so you can summon Polari. So Mctanis has an inherent special summon condition. You tribute, not discard, tribute another level 7 or higher monster from your hand, to special it from your hand. And then when it's special summoned, or if it's special summoned, I should say, you can target an Arsartic monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So if you sack an Arsartic to get out Mctanis, you can instantly recycle it. So I'm going to hunt for art for Mcpolar. And we're going to hope and pray. Ah, thank God. There's an actual card art that's sizable. You can actually perceive Mcpolar. Hello, I am Robot Bear on Shrinking Robot Ice Flow.
It looks pretty cool.
This is what global warming will do to you.
Basically.
When there's no more ice left on Earth, the polar bears must go to space.
And mechanize. And it's
And
just
then
a giant,
destroy
it's a giant,
humanity.
it's a giant bear claw hover device.
Yeah, it's got a bear paw on it. It's
It's
like
weird.
it
looks like if it's
go ahead, X.
it looks like if it's a Mecha Godzilla, but it was a bear.
Yeah, kind of. I'll say this, other than the fact that their tails are really long for bears, like Polari and Mctanis, they're perfectly normal, right? I think Mcpolar here actually has some of what the kids call soul. He's riding a giant ice bear paw in space. Like, that's pretty fun and unique.
No, I love this design.
No, it's a great design.
So Mcpolar is all right. You can see the same background effects we saw with Mctanis. There's the North Star way up there, and there's the Aurora Borealis below.
Look, there's only one thing I want to ask for this archetype. At some point, somebody do a rocket punch. That's all I'm asking.
There's got to be a rocket punch in here somewhere. We'll see if we can find it.
Maybe it's one of the spell traps.
So Mcpolar is another level 7 water beast. This one has 700 attack still, but 2k defense. This one might not actually be run over. It has the same effect to special summon it. During main phase, tribute, special summon, can't special summon except monster of the level. If this card is special summoned, add an Arsenic monster from your deck to your hand except Mcpolar. You can only use each effect once per turn. So Mcpolar searches, Mctanis recovers, and these are your pretty solid playmakers here. Your basic boys. I believe there's one more. Yeah, there's one more level 7 Meek monster. Let me get him out. This is not the rocket punch, but I hope David will be happy with this art. Let me see if I can. Let me hope and pray I can find it. I should because it's cool.
Billis?
Yeah, McBillis.
Yeah, it is cool.
Really, you guys did a fun. I mean, I guess we did say how Mcpolar was cool, but
Oh wow, Arsenic Dragonov actually has cool art.
all right, we'll have to just pull a scan of the card up because apparently nobody has thought this was cool enough to actually blow up. So
Look, I like the art for Earth's Arctic so
Yeah.
far. It's just a shame the cards are so mediocre.
I mean, so far you can see their strategy. The problem is that they lock themselves out of being a rank 7 deck inherently.
Yeah.
So they lose a lot of their utility. You have to use them for their gimmick.
And most of them are rank 7s
I was
and 8s.
gonna say, is rank 7s a
Not
big thing?
really.
Seven-
It's not
big guy is a
that
7.
big, but it's got some power players in it.
Let's see, like Master
Okay.
of Blades.
4 and 8,
Big
I
Eye.
think, are much more like the hit zone for
Well, it's
Like
the
Gears and all
it's
that,
4,
yeah.
8, 4, 5, 6, and 8 are traditionally the most. And 3, like 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8.
Yeah, 1s and 2s
Like
are usually
7
gimmicks. 7 is usually pretty strong because of the requirements, but hey, guess what? There wasn't a guy who was in like 5 billion episodes of Zexal that used level 7s that way.
The thing
There
about
was,
7s is
3s
7s
are
are
burning, and then-
usually cards that belong to archetypes go in there.
Hmm.
Like you'll have your Red Ice Flare Metal, your Mermail Abyss
Yeah, your
thingy guy,
Abysgalos or something.
Yeah.
Chaos.
the
Technically,
Draco
Dracosac,
Sac.
yeah, is an art. Like most of them have generic materials, but they are archetype specific.
Hierophant, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it's
still
like
pretty
10s
good, though.
are 10s are very specific. Specific
Fours
archetypes.
are bullshit because 2 different major anime characters were rank 4 decks. Because that's
And then 8s are
Dark
8s,
Rebellion.
no, only one character
8s are also
was,
photons. So
wait, oh no, only one major character was.
No, I'm counting Yuya as a rank 4 deck. That's Utopia.
Who's the other one?
The guy from Arc V, who I just said it, Xyz Dragon, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. I know
Didn't he
Phantom
die
Knights
in,
are
like,
normally
2
4.
episodes?
It was more than 2, I'm pretty sure. But still, his deck still exists, so like Phantom Knights can make
Yeah,
4s. They
Like,
also usually
Yuya's
make
deck,
3s, but
Yuya's deck is definitely a rank 4, but wait, no, is Yuya Arc V or
I think I said it right.
Yuya's Arc V.
Is it? I don't know. They've all got the same fucking
Yeah.
name. We're done. We're done.
Yuma.
We're done talking about the
Yeah.
anime anymore. I don't care.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the fucking cards on the screen, and the next person to talk about something that's not the card on the screen, I will kick out of the call. Mctanis. So he's not doing a rocket punch, but I pulled him up because I do think he's doing something pretty interesting with his weird clamp knuckle hands.
Yeah, this is the first art I'm kind of just like, okay.
This one's a
you're
little
losing
derpy.
me a bit.
Mostly in his facial region.
He's
But,
thick.
but even still,
Oops,
like
that
he's
was a bad circle. That's also a bad
I
circle.
can-
Jesus Christ. There we go. I drew a good circle for once. He's got kind of a stone face. I think mostly it's the special effects. I don't know what the fuck his hands are doing.
Yeah, that's my issue. Is like he
I assume it's emitting some kind of electricity sparking between creating light.
he has that thing I associate with bad Gundam series that is just like, why are bits of this thing glowing for no reason?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't
No, in this case, it would make sense if he's got, say, electrified vice hands that are.
Yeah, I think the problem is just that because they did the little aurora effect, you can't tell. Like, are those vice hands? Are they supposed to be like weird energy buzzsaws? I literally can't tell.
Yeah, I can't quite tell either.
So it's a cool concept, but I think you see a little bit of the Konami over design. Also, I think it was Martha earlier who mentioned he was thick. Somebody said he was.
I'm fine with him being thick because he's a bear.
Yeah.
Bears are thick.
But
Bears
that
are fucking
depends.
death machines.
But that depends.
Dallas 2021. Bears are thick.
Am I lying? Do I tell a lie, sir?
No.
There's no lie there.
So, I think Mctanis isn't really bad, but there's definitely a little bit of the over design elements that I'm like, okay, we could have cleaned this up a little. Also, normally this card's in foil, so good luck identifying anything in that format. But anyway, as you can see, he is another Water Beast level 7. 700 attack, 1400 defense. Main phase, do the thing. And then if this card is special summon one Arsenic monster from your hand except Mctanis. So this lets you get 2 out at once. And it's any Arsenic monster, so you can summon the level 8s, which are also in this setup. So let us clear this boy off. And let's see. I think that's all the meek ones. So we're going to go to the megas.
Yeah, that's only 3 mix. Yeah.
So the megas are level 8 tuners. Keep that in mind, because that's how the negative synchro effect works. So here we go. I've got a good image of this boy. So I think the Mick ones have restrained designs. The mega ones not so restrained.
Yeah.
This is Arsenic Mctanis.
I mean, overall, I really like it. It just looks like a good mech design.
Yeah.
It's losing the theme though.
Yes,
That's
this
I
was
think where
not
I'm gonna take
as
your point.
bad, but this is definitely like.
Like,
Oh, yeah, no.
Where's the bear shape?
I agree with you
He's
there.
got a bear head in his chest. That's it.
And like, why does he have a tail? Like,
yeah, he still has the tail. He has the bear head in his chest. But other than that,
but
it's
like, if you just showed this to me, especially compared to some of Konami's other robot designs that are just atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, this actually looks like a decent mech design.
Oh yeah, no,
especially
this
like
is
the
a
bow.
this is
The
a
bow
mech
is great.
design. Like I would say, it's at home in a sillier series. Like this is definitely a super robot, not a real robot. It's
Oh
got a
yeah,
bear face.
this is
absolutely.
this is like the like Gao Gaigar kind of
I was gonna
shape,
say, honestly, it does remind me a bit of not Gao Gaigar, but one of the follow-alongs, Better
Yeah,
versus
no,
Gao
you're not-
Gaigar.
you're not
I would
wrong.
also say with
Because
like the animal face in the chest, it reminds me of like Power Rangers / Super
Voltron.
Sentai designs.
But yeah, no.
Oh yeah, it's that kind of a robot.
It literally looks like if you slap the main mecha of
It
Betterman
makes
versus Gao Gaigar with the bow.
honestly, I see it. It's a difference between like the Gao and like Gravion or something.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
but
or-
now
or
we're
it's not-
really getting into the weeds, and you can
Oh yeah, no,
tell
this
which
is.
series we.
I actually think this card design is great.
Oh yeah, no.
I do think,
It
like you said,
just-
though, it starts to lose the theming a little. It's a little bit less like a bear.
But I love the attention to detail of the
Yeah.
the Sagittarius going design in the constellation
Mhm.
archetype. That's always nice.
I like it because I honestly could hear a Jam Project sound playing in the background while this is doing something.
Oh yeah, no. Like once again, this is a terrible shame that this archetype is not in the anime and it will never be animated well.
It would animate pretty cool, actually.
Because like this would actually, seeing this thing like
And
appear out of a special summon and charge up that bow and fire, that'd be pretty cool.
And to pardon some of the people in this call who might get offended by this, but it's just different, which is something Yu-Gi-Oh is sorely lacking sometimes.
Yeah, I will say Konami. We don't, because Konami doesn't credit their artists, and it's a little annoying that they do that.
Not a dragon or warrior.
Konami, we don't know who all the different Konami artists are, but some of them definitely they go back to the well a lot, and it can make some designs very aesthetically unappealing. Like they're just generic.
It's not even unappealing. It's like it's the problem I have. Like I think the types that are the worst for this are dragons and spellcasters. They all have this. Spellcasters are honestly even worse than dragons. They all have the same look around them, and it just drives me nuts.
I think a lot of people when they draw spellcasters, like generic spellcasters, they try to make it match with like some of the quote unquote generic like dark magician themes.
It's like
Best Tribe
Pyramid, which I hate personally.
And I know that that's repeated through like archetypes like. Yes, Prophecy takes some cues from that, Endymion takes some cues from that, but like you don't have to go ham. Look at Witchcrafters.
Well, even stuff that doesn't have any direct relation to it, like Alistair looks relatively in that same wheelhouse. Like obviously his fusions have nothing to do with it, but the base form of Alistair still has that same spellcaster
for Alistair, I could see why, because I assume they knew that they were trying to attach him to the same setting as Witchcrafter and Citadel of Endymion. Like they're supposed to be in the same world, but there's definitely they just have a like generic problem with certain things, and it's not all spellcasters. For instance, a lot of Gravekeepers, for instance, are spellcasters. They have their own unique aesthetic because they're Gravekeepers, but it's not something like you see a lot. What's
and I was going to say, weren't they also connected to Season 1, though?
Not really.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes they...
they were connected to GX.
Yeah, they appear in GX. They're clearly taking aesthetic cues from the original series, but it's not a one-to-one. Like,
I mean, what is it?
Recruiter
Recruiter is just Odeon.
Yes, Recruiter just looks like that guy, but...
I mean, yeah. Oh, I still right. It's another X diatribe of I guess Gravekeepers would be a cool like movie just to show like the various iterations is how they progress.
Well, I mean, in plot terms, that's kind of what Yu-Gi-Oh is about.
I mean, literally, the Gravekeepers are Merrick and Odeon and Nishizu.
Yeah, I mean, they're called I think they're called the Tomb Keep. Like it's because it's the Tomb of the Pharaoh. But yeah, that's what their job is they are protecting.
Yeah.
No, but I meant like Descendant, Oracle, and so on.
That's what I mean. Though is the thing is like you're just attaching it to the art designs, but like the plot has already kind of existed.
But regardless, the thing what I was saying is that's why I like Earth's Arctic thing is like even if that's what I like about Magic is like they do weird new aesthetic things all the time, and even if it doesn't always work, at least it's different. Whereas I'm tired of the same dragon orbs in every set.
Yeah, everybody makes jokes about Konami orbs. Like Konami artists have this weird obsession with like orbs either as like accents or joints. And it's just so weird. Well, I don't know why they started that. Like it makes sense for the Arc V era because once you start with that as like the different dimensional dragons, like Odd Eyes, the Pendulum Dragon, and then Xyz, Synchro, etc. Once you turn that into the giant clusterfuck it is, which we will have to tackle sometime because that is true pain.
I like those aesthetics, personally.
That is true. Doing Odd Eyes, though, that's true pain.
It's just, the thing is, the problem is what they did afterwards.
But yeah.
I like the Odd Eyes thing, but they should have just stopped there.
Yeah, a lot of cards call to stuff that they don't need to. You mentioned spellcasters. I'm trying to think. Like, what was the last unique spellcaster archetype that came out?
Shadal.
No, that's like 5 years old. There have been
Wait,
like
Witchcrafters, I guess.
standalone. I mean, Witchcrafters isn't fully standalone.
You mean
but yeah.
uniquely designed?
Oh, okay, you can.
I think
mean,
it's
like,
Shadal.
Standalone, but also Shadals aren't all spellcasters. They're all.
I mean, all their fusions are, aren't they?
I don't know about that.
Their fusions are usually like fairy, fiend, whatever.
Well, no, because Construct's a spellcaster. I know that.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure
Okay, so yeah,
the
not
others
that.
that aren't like Construct aren't though. Like
Yeah,
there's that
okay,
one
so
that's
I'm
like a
Gonna
weird
say it might
water
just
thing.
be Construct and Winda.
I know all the main deck ones are not spellcasters, so I would not call
No, the
Shadal a
main deck ones
spellcaster
are-
archetype.
No, that's true. That's fair.
Construct is fairy.
Oh,
Winda
I think the
is
last
spellcaster.
unique looking, they're considered a spellcaster archetype. I don't know why, but they are.
I don't know if they are. Who told you that?
The Yu-Gi-Oh wiki. So take that with a huge grain of salt.
Okay. For Mage, Magistus, Fortune Lady, Fortune Fairy. Wow, actually, okay, so I'm seeing the problem here. There aren't actually that many archetypes of
No,
spellcasters.
no. The last unique looking one to me is probably Ultrageist because that looks different.
Yes,
I'll be very
Altergeist
fair.
is...
That looks very different.
Yeah, Altergeist is a thing. Like, that's an actual, like, different archetype. We'll have to get this someday. That's like a modern archetype that's very, very
that
different.
deck. I love that. Spoiler. In our progression playoffs, I'm going to be gunning for those.
Hey, have fun. I'm going to play
I love that
Goki.
deck.
Goki
I'll try
Gopher.
Goku too.
All bird plays something.
So Mctanis, we didn't talk about his effect. So I mentioned this earlier. The Mega ones are tuners. They're level 8 tuners. They are water. Now, they are Beast Warriors, which kind of explains why the aesthetic is slightly different, right? It's a Beast Warrior, not a Beast, even though they're both giant robots. But that doesn't matter in Yu-Gi-Oh!, clearly. Let he who is without the machine dragon casteth the first stone. It's got 2,400 attack, 700 defense. Oh, yeah, I usually put on background music. I'll do that next cycle so you guys have something on the little background. I'll get some royalty-free chill wave shit.
I mean, we could always just play. We could play Dvorak.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna turn on my synthwave turbo mix again.
Fair enough.
Dial it way down. Enjoy the sweet
You're
sound
one
of
of them.
synths.
You're one of them synth people.
Yes, Lucky listens to chill wave cyber music mixes at work, and he's like, "Aha, I've got to fuck up your algorithms." I'm like, "Joke's on you. I'm into that shit."
Yeah, no, I'm not one of them peoples.
I enjoy electronic music.
understandable.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I also like
I don't
other
hate
kinds of
it like
music,
some
but-
people do. See, people who say that it's not music are up their own asses. But it's just not my thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Nope.
super deep on like the vaporwave aesthetic, but it's all right. But just retro synth is perfectly fine for me, even though it's
Yeah.
I was born after that, so it's weird.
Wait,
Anyway,
wait. Oh god, retro synth is that's the one kind of synth that I'm the most. Wait, do you mean non-vocal ones though, right?
yes.
Okay, good. Because 80s synth pop is like
I mean,
That's the half
I
of the
like
80s I
some
don't talk
classics of
about.
new wave as much as the next guy, but also there's some really weird shit in 80s
there
new
is some
wave. synth
really
fans.
bad 80s new wave.
We should
Yeah.
get to the next card.
Well,
I
we
finished
haven't
eating all
even
of-
talked about this card, Axe.
Okay, sorry, I
You,
didn't know.
you
because
won't
I
let me
finished
talk
eating-
about. This is the general you, by the way. We don't have a multiple you pronoun in English. You won't let me talk about the effect.
I just finished eating all of my dinner. We just-
When we started talking about how archetypes, we did the true fail portrayal thing. We started talking about how archetypes are dumb. So this has
They
another
are.
quick effect. You contribute a level 7 or higher monster from your hand, special summon it. Can't be a level, same as always. If this card is specialed while you control another Earth-Arctic monster, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change it to face-down defense position. You can only activate each effect once per turn.
Wait,
Can you
it
also
says
tell
tribute
why?
From your hand?
Yes, all of them do this. They say tribute from your hand. Level
Okay,
7
so
or
is
higher.
This is a weird question. Does that mean Earth's Arctic fucking oh, what's the archetype that just came out for us recently? The dragon one.
Dragon.
Oh my. The Hieratics.
Hieratic?
Earth Arctic Hieratics is a deck.
Possibly. I don't know if those not Hieratic tribute effects proc when
They do,
distributed from the
from hand.
hand. But yeah, if
They
they
do.
do, I mean, you could. You can't exceed summon, which is what hieratics are for. So, but you could use it to fish out generic materials. I guess you could get out level 8 normals with your level 7s. Or no, you'd need level 7 normals to get the level 8 2, whatever. They're not complementary styles. Also, you can understand why this deck maybe is not the strongest, because this card was printed in 2021 earlier this year, and it has a flip down effect. It's a big once per turn thing.
Uh,
I mean,
as
once
established,
links,
that means that you
once
can't-
links can explode, it'll be perfectly
Yes,
fine.
you can't punish links that way. But it's okay. Mctanis is not necessarily the best one you want to get. So let's move on to another one and hope that somebody
Although he is
liked
a
this
3.
card.
He is a 2 of it, at least.
Oh yeah, just because he's got inherent effects, and there's some shit you want to set face
He's
down.
got an okay stat line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internet, do you know the Yu-Gi-Oh card I'm searching? Uh-oh, this is bad.
What?
I'm trying to look up Megapolar, but I'm not getting good results. Most of it is
Oh,
for the other
this is
cards.
this is my favorite design, by the way.
Well,
Megapolar?
sadly, Dallas, we're gonna have a. I guess I'll go to the Yu-Gi-Oh!
I
Wiki
will
and get
try
their
and find
copy.
it.
There's no full card art of this. I don't know why.
No, it had the best art though.
That's like a
I mean,
sign.
I agree. I think it's got pretty good. So we'll put up Megapolar on the screen here. You can just see a scan of its
I
card.
love this art.
Maybe you can zoom it up, I guess.
yeah. Okay, that's I like that. I like that art too, but yeah, no,
I don't think you can
I've
enhance
seen
the
this mix somewhere.
This
right
is a
there-
Yeah,
big
no,
chunk,
this is the most Xeon mech I've seen in a lot. Like this is just a Xeon mech.
I think you like this makes me think of like a Galgar thing. I can't.
No, this is just a Xeon like what is her name?
I
Bitch
mean,
face.
I have a joke I'd like to make, but I
There's a few
also
of
know the
those.
Gundam nerds would jump on me
Camille?
for making on it.
No, make the joke.
Oh, I was just gonna say, oh hey, Big Sam.
Lol. No,
Classic Game Grumps.
that's a funny one.
Oh, okay. So this was
What?
in a.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So that's that manga.
Yeah, that's dog movie too. This is totally a Brave series thing.
Just this appeared in I think that modernish archetypes manga, Yu-Gi-Oh manga.
Are you thinking of Hamon or are you thinking of Arita? Can't tell.
Come on.
Okay, Hamon.
Yeah, it looks like something Hamon would pilot.
Probably not the hammer, but yeah. Honestly, I would love to see this in anime because I feel like this would be cool if like some main supporting character just
What
had
the
giant,
fuck?
giant.
This was in the
Ice
archetype the archetype manga that soon? Holy shit! No wonder this
Wait,
this archetype's getting support. So there's an ongoing Yu-Gi-Oh manga which is just about the card game and about archetypes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Like there's a Dragoonity player in it. I know, like that's been a thing. But wow,
That's
okay,
cool.
damn.
Yeah, I didn't know about that until I searched for it. It's like, wait, I was looking at Google. It's like, why is there a manga panel?
So you can kind of see him in motion here.
I wonder if they could just adapt the manga into an anime.
Possibly. I think it's long running though. We'll see what they do. They're gonna do something after Seven's ends before too long, and we'll have to see.
I mean, it's season 2, so yeah.
Well, they might just do season 2, like 7's 2, 7's plus.
Well, they're already in a second season. They've done several production cores of it.
yeah.
We'll see if they order any more after this wraps up. So Megapolar, I don't think there's a lot else to say about his design. He's big, huge shoulders, which look like skulls but also hands. He's got a giant
Weird.
fuck you hammer.
Giant fuck
Yeah.
you ice crasher hammer.
Which also has the bear's paw in it, and you can
Yeah, you can see
see
the
it subtly
symbol.
through the ice.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think this design is another one of those where it's like this is pretty thick, but obviously he's meant to be a big bungus. He's a big thick robot. And it's not unheard of in mecha design to have these large designs. So you can read his effect right here. Another level 8 Water Beast Warrior Tuner. Tribute 7 from your hand. Special summon. If this card is special summon while you control another Earth Arctic monster, you can target one spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it. So this is a lot better than the flip face down one. That was what was it? The other Mega we just did. Mctanis or Megabilis? Mctanis, yeah. So, pop a spell trap, and then you get to do your combo. It's alright. So, let me see if I can find card art of Megabilis. Yes. For some reason, people wanted this one blown up.
I don't. Wait, is Megabilis the really bad one, or is it just the?
Well, you
Giant
tell me.
claws.
I've pulled him on screen. He has giant Wolverine bear claws.
This one's kind of okay.
I mean, now that I'm
I get
seeing
what they
him
were going
fully
for, though.
pulled up, he's all right. I think the weapon design and the way his hands are built is a little too much.
I think
Right.
they
So
blew it up because
See,
legs are
you have
straight.
clearly not seen enough Gundam. In terms of
Yes,
Gundam
that's
design, this
true.
is very.
I
reserved.
have not seen the worst the mecha genre
Yes, I'm
has
talking
to
about
offer.
Hamonkarn.
Oh yeah, it's just
No,
Good,
honestly, I feel like this is blown up just so they could actually see what the fuck was going on.
possibly.
I imagine if you try and identify this as a holofoil, it's miserable.
Yeah, there's a lot
But
of.
I
lens
don't
flares.
actually think it's that bad.
No, like the
Like-
claws are a little silly. I think his feet are a little too wide, but other parts of this design are like really slick. Like I like
No,
that
I
helmet
like the
design.
I like the wide feet. I'll say this. I like the wide feet because it's the Gundam trademark of they know how science works. So all of Gundam's thigh and feet are like humongously thicker than they like look like, except for Gundam Seed because that's terrible.
Yeah.
But like, or they're really feminine because, or else the robot would just tip over. So I like the thick tread feet.
Or they only can use
Like
it
I
in
imagine under the toes are like tank treads.
It actually looks like he's got cleats.
Yeah. Well,
That works
I
too.
imagine they're meant for operating in icy environments.
or like
Wonder why.
frozen moon
Yeah.
or like Arctic moons.
Not Arctic moons, the Arctic.
Yeah, Arctic.
That's no moon.
Also, there's space.
Also, yeah, they launch in space. They have a space carrier. It's their field spell.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
was-
say.
I-
I feel
I
I feel like we should probably bring
I
that up.
forgot
Yeah, if
how
I can find the art
rapey,
for the field spell, I'll pull that up.
Like-
I forgot how rapey
Uh,
Haman got. It was really
right.
weird.
We're
Yeah.
not talking about that. We're talking about Megabilis.
Sorry,
Like the-
I went down and Googled.
Ooh, slider and radiation. Are both pretty cool,
Hyperspace
actually.
launcher. Yeah.
I actually like
So-
what these Star Trek cards are.
Look, it's okay. The 21-year-old queen of a principality just got really attracted to a random 12-year-old. It's fine.
Gundam is weird. They're moving on.
So Megabilis is a level 8 tuna beast warrior. It's written as a beast. There's an error in the wiki. I won't fix that later, but somebody should. This one has 2,800 attack and 700 defense. Finally, a stat line worthy of a level 8. During your main
That
phase,
means-
do the special summon. Or during the main phase. That's actually another point. All these say during the main phase quick effect. So you can special these on your opponent's turn for disruption.
Yeah, this is
So-
not the bad one. I should say Omega. To
If
clarify.
this card
It's
is
not the
special
one I-
summoned while you control another Ursarctic monster, target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. So, effect-wise, moderately okay, since, like I said, you can do it in the main phase. If you have the materials, you can use this to disrupt your opponent's plays. Since it doesn't say your main phase, it says the main phase and is a quick effect. You can use this to
Also-
basically DD Crow if you have an Ursarctic
Wait,
out
can
already.
I request that we do their field spell?
Yeah, David just said that. We
Yeah,
can talk about it later.
I want to
already
do
put
their.
that
I want to
request
do
in
their.
too, so.
I want to do the fusion spell in the fusion card because I actually like the way this looks.
I don't. Ursarctic Drytron's not. Well, actually, I'm about to say that. That's right. I haven't looked at Ursarctic Drytron because for some reason there's no fucking scan in the wiki. It's just gone. It's missing. The Yu-Gi-Oh wiki refuses to accept that it exists. No, okay,
If we
no,
do
we're not
any
gonna look at
other-
that. That's not anything. That's just
Yeah, if we
Polari
do
flies.
another Ursarctic card, I would request that we do a different one because it looks fucking so dumb. Which is Ursarctic, the trap card. I think it's called like Quintus Charge. or
I
something?
think I put it in
Quick charge.
chat.
It's the most anime-looking attack ever.
Yeah, it makes it think of a Galgaigar sequence.
no.
Yes, no,
Ursarctic
that's-
Drytron's
that's-
not worth pulling up. It's just they just shoot lights into the carrier. We'll look at the carrier.
Yeah.
That gives
Yeah,
you
I
what
was
you
gonna
need to do.
say I get the feeling that this was designed by a guy who
And
This is
like-
definitely.
I mean, admittedly, we
Like
you know
Gal
we're
Gadot.
killing time as well, but we've been here for an hour, and
Yeah,
I
that's
I don't really care about the spells and traps because
Yeah.
other than Big Dipper, because that's
Well-
actually important because they're just
Yeah.
Ursartics do things.
yeah.
That's fair.
I think they're cool things,
Yeah.
and if you're interested, you should go look them up. But they're just
Well, we need to get.
Yeah,
to
we
the
do
elephant.
need to
we
kinda
want to
get
power
the
through some
ball
stuff a
rolling.
little. So let's do no, we'll round that out. We'll make the field spell and then the fusion
Yeah.
card the finish. Let's do the two other synchros really quick.
Do Serpentron.
Okay, you want me to pull up
I
Serpentron?
actually
All right,
I
was
actually
gonna do,
kind of like.
Serpentarion, sorry.
I actually kind of like.
Well, I want to
Grand
end with
Chariot.
Grand Chariot for real.
I actually like it, even though it's dumb. But we'll
I'm
see.
going to hurt
Okay.
you, Axe.
I haven't probably looked at it blown up. So
Is this the proper resolution for this?
Serpentarion is okay.
Oh, okay. So is that like macro scale? All right. I'll try.
Isn't Judo like 10?
Oh, fucking
I don't remember. that in
Guys,
the
can
80s.
we
Yeah.
audience,
I'm
please don't
responding
engage.
to our chat.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Chat, please don't engage when Dallas rambles about Gundam. All right, yeah, I don't think this is tiny. I don't know why Google tells me this is like 5 million pieces.
Okay, sorry. He's a 14-year-old, not a 12-year-old.
Let
My
me,
mistake.
that is
So,
a big difference.
I will pull up the postage stamp
No, it's
version.
not.
I will attempt to find a better art. Unfortunately, most of the art about this is punched in for some reason, so you can't see his legs. So there's some big art of this guy, but like I said, it's all the punch-in
Yeah.
on the upper
Oh my
half
god,
of him.
she's 14 too.
Dallas,
I hate
stop
anime.
looking up
Sorry.
Gundam.
No, she's 21. Never mind. Sorry. I'll stop. I'll stop now.
We don't care
Oh,
about
he's gonna
Gundam
kill
that
me.
much.
I
Oh,
mean,
he's gonna
I'm
kill me.
intrigued to
I
hear him ramble
especially
about
don't
it,
care
but
about executive order. We don't care about Gundam for the next couple
Fine,
hours.
but let's do our Sergeant Grytron then. It's more interesting.
Yeah, or start to, so this is Serpentarion. I've given you as much detail as I can on his feet. I will pull up a better image of the upper half that's less pixelated.
This
Think of
art
the
is
puncher just to like get
okay.
rid of the actual bottom tag.
I have a question. Why tail? Why tail?
I
There
assume
no
it's because
have
his
tail.
name is. Well, they've all had this problem, Dallas. All of them have a tail.
Wait, didn't the last one not?
Honestly, the weirdest thing
Actually,
is a
let
better
me
a better
double-check.
shot of Superion is actually
Oh no, it
in
has
charge.
like a little tail.
Also, I see that.
Yeah,
No.
no.
They are.
What?
No, Mega Bills has a tail.
Yeah, no, this one is. It's not awful, but it's definitely not good.
Honestly, Quint Charge kind of gives an idea of what it's for. But yeah.
Well, yeah, it does the Aurora Borealis thing, but this is definitely a case of over-designing Konami.
I think
Yeah,
that's
like I will
cool.
say, this one has, it has the. We talked about this earlier. It has the other style of Gundam, like the super thin waist, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
And it
but
has
the problem
thinner
is it has
legs as a
giant
result.
shoulders.
But yes, it has huge shoulders. One of which is a bear head, and the other which is a tail, which is not acting as a counterweight. So yes, this thing
This
would
thing is meant to be
super
only in
fucking
space.
fall over.
Only
Like
in
this is
space.
it does look like Valorant. That's why I hate it.
I was gonna say, get this Seed Destiny reject out of here.
It has a
No,
giant
it's too-
sword with 7
The
stars.
sword's
it's not
actually
nearly it's not nearly spiky enough to be in Seed Destiny.
Sep-
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it's
That's why it was
named-
rejected.
Interestingly, its name in Japanese is Septen equal Trion. So it's Septentrion in English. I'm guessing that is connected to some particular form of asterism. Or it's just talking about the 7 stars because Sept.
Yeah, I
But
was
yeah.
gonna say Sept sounds like 7. I don't know about the rest of it, but
Yeah, it's probably a star-related thing. But so this is one of their synchros. This is a Sync 7 that cannot be synchro summoned.
uh-oh.
Must be special summoned from your extra deck by sending 2 monsters you control with a level difference of 1 to the graveyard.
One level 8 or
One
higher.
level 8 or higher tuner and 1 non-tuner synchro monster.
Hmm.
Negate the effect of negate the effects of face-up monsters without a level that were special summoned from the extra deck. If your
Yeah,
opponent
this card is
special summons a monster except during the damage step, You can add one Earth Arctic card from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn.
This card has actually been tested out in top decks.
So,
Yeah,
while his aesthetics are, I think, the most over-the-top over-design,
Well, we'll get there.
well, possibly, it's true. But, like, he's definitely going in the wrong direction. His tail's in a bad place. There's even more Rainbow Aurora Borealis juice everywhere. He's got, like, a bear gem gun shoulder. He's got a dumb knot mouth in his dumb face.
I'll be real.
It's so almost a good design.
I'll be real.
Yeah.
If this is animated and this is like the main mech of a show, I would still think it'd be cool, but in a dumb
Oh
way.
no, it wouldn't. No, the shoulders ruin everything about
The
this.
shoulders
I mean,
the shoulders would get cut out. That fucking tail, the animators would not like trying to figure out what that shit would do.
If you
No, they
took
would
the
have it where it
shoulders off-
pops out for the super finisher only.
If you took the shoulders off, this design is fine.
I mean, like, the
it
sword
doesn't
is
fit
super
what you like.
oversized, but it's in space, so that
But
doesn't
that's
matter.
mechas. That's mechs. That you're just gonna have to accept. That's how mechs do.
So this is like I said, this is a level 7. It is a Beast Warrior. It is 3k attack, 700 defense. Lots of 7s here. Look, this effect that I read to you is actually pretty spiced. Your opponent summons
yeah,
Xyz or
this,
Link monsters, you just negate them. And I believe they have a way for
yeah,
one
they-
of their spell traps to synchro, to do this reverse synchro, I should say, the dark synchro effect,
Well-
on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it's really interesting because this card is very good in the same way that Ultimaya Zolkin is good. In decks that could run Ultimaya Zolkin, and this card is actually run as a side deck. They just ignore the Earth Arctic effect because, like, I mean.
And
But
hey, if you don't,
negating Xyz and Links is great.
yes. Hey, guess what? If you don't like Sepentreon, you probably won't like Grand Chariot very much because it's just him but edgy.
It's the
Oh, I
opposite.
hate this design so
Oh my
much.
god, it really, if you finish it with Death Scythe, honestly.
Yeah, no, he's
It's
so.
Gundam Death Scythe hell, but worse.
So looking at this guy, having just looked at Sepentreon,
Oh, there's
I
not much
immediately
here.
am just like, this is just the dark edgy version. That's sucks.
This is just the layer.
Yeah, this
is
is
just,
literally
doesn't
just
even-
Gundam Death Scythe hell.
he doesn't even have a beam sight. He just has a normal ass sight there.
honestly,
that sight has weight and everything.
Yeah, he's
I'll-
got a big
I'll be
long
real,
sight.
the
He still
shoulder-
has the dumb shoulders.
honestly,
Stop bringing up Valvrave. You're gonna make me want to vomit.
the thing about this is that it just makes me think of like this is the mech that is a part of the enemy. It's like the rival thing that joins at the penultimate episode or some shit.
I just can't.
No,
not hear a
I
hit
think
voice
this
whenever
is. Considering the way this is set up, this is much more. I feel like Earth Arctic is much more like a Sentai series where the other side doesn't necessarily have mechs, or whatever.
Sentai
Like
monsters,
this is
yeah.
clearly like the hero's brother or best friend or whatever who went over to the side of evil. He like is in their stolen mech technology, and then he comes back eventually. But yeah, it's just.
Yeah, and then this one and Superior merge
Yeah.
together to make something cool. At the
Now,
end
like
or
I will
something.
I
say,
just can't-
there are elements of this I like. I like the helmet design of this one a lot
There are.
better than Sepentreon. But the fact that he's got like hands, like he's just wearing a bear as a scarf. Like, look, it's got
Yeah,
little bear
honestly,
paws
if
hanging
you-
down around his chest. What the fuck?
Honestly, if you remove the bear
It's
parts,
fair,
I
but
think I'd actually like it a bit more, just because.
it's just so bad. Like, it's everything I hate about certain kinds of mecha design in one package. It has random spikes from nowhere, no clear color aesthetic because there's just random bits are pink because reasons. It has a scythe weapon, which is, I'm sorry, it's dumb.
Not a
Scythe as a weapon is dumb.
Yeah, sights are not meant to be weapons.
It's just so bad. It is random bits of shiny gold for no reason.
Well, I mean,
The
black
color
and gold
just-
makes sense. That is a actual color.
Black
palette
and
that
gold
works.
work, but not with rainbow lines.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
kind of
their
ruins
reliance on the
color
Aurora
palette.
Borealis side effect does kind of like fuck with this
Like,
color palette a little.
First of all, Earth Arctic should not have a black boss. Like,
Yeah, no,
this just-
this is
that
one of
doesn't
your old
work.
like yeah.
Well, it's when
It
you
does, yeah.
this is the worst design I've seen so far by far.
It honestly just makes you think of like it just reminds you of like a random like old card fight Vanguard
It
card.
literally just looks like Gundam Death Scythe.
It does, but like bear.
So I just
like
I
half
can't
bear.
not hear Duo's hick ass voice going,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna kill you." God,
Alright.
that anime.
So this is a.
So you've never
level
heard of the Gundam
7.
Wing dub?
No, I don't watch shitty jobs.
This is a level
dude.
7 water monster. It's a Beast Warrior. Beast Warrior, guys. Can't be synchro summoned. Must be special by sending 2 monsters you control with a level difference of 7. 1 level 8 tuner, 1 about to your graveyard. If this card is special summoned, you can target up to 2 other cards on the field, destroy them. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets an Arsenic card you control, quick effect, you contribute 1 monster from your hand or field, negate the activation. So, while Serpentrion has disruption if you're going second, Grand Chariot is the one you summon going first. Though you have an effect, obviously, where if your opponent has cards, you can also pop for disruption. So this pops up to 2, and then once per turn, when you target, it negates. So it's an Omni Negate as well. But yeah, those are the 2 boss monsters. So you can see why maybe this archetype's not doing the hottest.
Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, no, I just, this design is just atrocious. I just realized, like, he's using the scythe like a plow scythe. Like, he has a plow handle on it. So it's even
Kinda.
less practical of a weapon.
Oh, I mean, you know, you just get up there in the kaiju and you grab the undergrip and you tug.
That doesn't... This design
Again,
makes me mad.
I would like to see it animated and see how the fuck.
This
they
is
do
the
it.
worst design outside of the hero or fail portrayal we did.
I mean, it's not. I'll say this. It has probably bad aesthetic. I just don't think it's bad art. I guess it's.
I do. I think it's bad.
No, because it's
I
not
think it's,
bad to
I
look
mean,
at.
yes.
It's just.
I think it is. I think it's actually bad to look at.
But something not bad to look at.
I think the work artist put is fine.
So
When I say
this
better,
is
I mean actual
Arsenic
art that's
Big
out-
Dipper. This is their field spell. You can see where they come from now. They have a space carrier.
Yeah, this is why I've been making Gundam jokes. This is literally just the space carrier.
Well, I mean, also Dallas, it's just a helicarrier.
Yeah.
Like it has helo. It
Yeah,
has
but it's
turbines
in
in
space, though.
But it has
I know,
turbines,
that's
Dallas.
But that's what the Yamato is. That's what I'm saying, isn't it? Hold on, I can't
no.
remember.
No.
It's for a Japanese ship.
No, the Yamato was straight up a battleship. It was a straight up.
Yeah, this
World
this
War
thing
II
has
-esque
Aurora
battleship in
Borealis
space.
Aurora Borealis turbines. It sucks out the Polaris energy and turns them into levitation. See, Konami, I'm writing your technobabble for you. I think there's some fun details in this,
Oh yeah, no.
like the little paw marks at the launch catapults.
Oh no, I love this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. This is
Look, if we ignore Grand Cross, I think overall, or Grand Chariot,
Yeah.
overall this archetype has pretty good design.
Yeah. I personally am a sucker ever since Gradius. I'm a sucker for split hulls, which this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not, but I can understand.
I mean, personally, I have questions like the main gun on this thing looks a little tiny, and it's got some little. They don't look like they're turreted, but it's got some little flak guns. But it's a mecha show. The carrier doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah,
It's just gonna if on screen it's just gonna Battlestar Galactica, and just the animators are just gonna draw hundreds of little tiny flak lines coming out of nowhere. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
I was gonna say it doesn't look like it has great point defense, but that's what the other mechs are for, right?
Well, yeah, it's a carrier.
Well,
Oh, like
even
space.
our
control.
carriers have,
Well, yeah, they have CWIS batteries and stuff, but
yeah,
Well,
that's
a
what
mecha
I'm
show
talking
ca-
about.
it's-
I
it's
don't
a mecha
see any
show carrier.
CWIS batteries on there.
it's
Or
got too
similar.
many little flackies. It's fine. So this is the field spell, which, by the way, remember you can fetch this immediately with Polari. Once per turn, if your Arsenic monster would tribute a monster to activate its effect, you can banish one level 7 or higher Arsenic monster from your graveyard instead, so this gives you an alt cost after you've already put some shit in your graveyard. Each time a monster is special summoned, put one counter on this card. Once per turn, if a monster is special summoned and an Arsenic synchro monster is on the field, except during the damage step, you can remove all counters from this card, minimum 7. Target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it. So that's cool. The fact that you need 7 fucking counters because theming sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes, that is an indefinite take control of, and yes, that should not be easy, But the fact that somebody has to special summon 7 times, and you're not just
And
blowing up the board with Nibiru or something. Like, obviously not 7 all at once, but, you know. Yeah, go ahead, David.
the field spell has to survive.
Yes, your opponent has to just not play Twin Twisters or MST and pop this thing, and you
If
lose
it
all your
had
turns.
if it had an inherent protection effect, I think it'd be decent. But the
Yeah.
fact that
Now,
it doesn't
technically,
is-
you could use Grand Chariot's once per turn negate to negate this being targeted, but you probably want to save that for your monsters, because if you don't have those and your opponent's blowing shit up, you die.
you would die.
Yeah.
I mean, you could play Field Barrier. Where's the Field Barrier variant of Arctic?
Do people even play Field Barrier in Modern?
I don't
No.
think so. Not even in like Mystic
gonna
Mind
say.
DJ decks. I think the point of a Mystic
No,
Mind deck
there's
is
a better field spell.
I think
Or
the point of
better
Mystic
protection.
Mind is you dare your opponent to play Twin Twisters, because if they didn't, you just win.
Yeah, just Mystic Mind Field Barrier.
So now the reason why we show you Big Dipper is because it's important for another thing. Because somebody at Konami listens to Rata videos, because Rata made a joke in the Trimid video about fusing field spells.
Oh no.
They
And
did.
They
then,
did.
and then shortly thereafter, Konami previewed this monstrosity. It's in our thumbnail. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, ultimate flagship Ursatron.
I mean, I think the whole bit is because aren't both the field spells for Drytron and Arctic basically ships?
Yeah, I think the Drytron one is also a carrier.
I think it's just. I think it's just because they're both ships, so maybe that's what they had in mind.
Drytron Fafnir.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Fafnir is just
looking
a
up-
giant mecha dragon that shoots out tiny baby mecha dragons.
I forgot about that. Looking up Ursatron deck is impossible because Ursatron is a very popular archetype in Magic. So I just get that.
Do Yu-Gi-Oh!
I was gonna say, and because of that, I doubt it exists.
No, it does.
So
Oh, does it?
this is Ultimate Flagship Ursatron by the way, the name for this in Japanese is great. It's Tenkyoku Kikan Beatron. So it's Celestial Polar Illumina Ship Beartron.
That's cute.
That is absolutely this is
Fair enough.
absolutely the thing that gets formed in the last episode of the anime. Like they blow up the Big Dipper, and then Fafnir comes along and hugs this thing. Which, by the way, that's what this is. This is just Ursarctic Drytron and the Drytron Ursarctic Big Dipper and Drytron Fafnir, their field spell, which, as I mentioned, is just a bigger robot dragon with slots to carry smaller robot dragons, hugging the back.
No, this is the thing from the crossover movie.
That could also be true. So, this is a machine, a water machine, level 7. It's a fusion monster. Machine fusion effect monster. It's only got 2k attack and 700 defense. Because guys, it's always treated as an Ursarctic and a Drytron card. And so it has the funny haha archetype numbers. 2k attack, 700 defense. Must
assume
be
it's
special
being extended.
summoned with an Ursarctic Drytron. Once per turn, if an effect monster is special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, add one Ursarctic or Drytron monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can target one of your banished Ursarctic or Drytron monsters, add it to your hand. So honestly, like, as a bridge to bring
This
these
card
two...
actually.
Go ahead, Des.
This card actually seems like it might have potential.
Yeah, I think the
in
main
in
problem...
competitive Yu-Gi-Oh.
The main problem is that you're bringing together Ursarctics and Drytrons. Now, there's some synergy. Both of them can tribute from weird places to do stuff, but they don't have inherent synergy because the Drytron monsters are all like 2k attack level 1s. And they have an Xyz monster that helps them do their plays. You cannot Xyz if you are summoning Ursarctics. Ursarctics
It's
could
not
only...
like Fluffles.
Ursarctics can oh hey, hi Loth.
Hey, I decided to show up after all.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
You have missed literally the entirety of Ursarctic except for this fucker.
It looks weird.
Yeah, that's because it's a fusion of two field spells.
It's the big mech at the end of a Sentai crossover film.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing,
and looks
though.
just as stupid.
Yeah.
I don't think you would play this in a Ursarctic Drytron deck. You would just play it in a Drytron deck.
Entirely possibly. You would
That's the problem.
because you can search, because Ursarctic Drytron is literally just the name of the two archetypes, so it's fucking searchable.
Yeah.
And you would just play like some Big Dippers and just yeet them.
Well, you don't need a Big Dipper.
Yeah, you do.
No. That's not. Oh, right.
Yeah, you need
No.
to play Ursarctic Drytron. You must. It's a fusion spell basically. You must
Sorry,
activate
the Ursarctic Drytron is worded like I hate it.
special summon one Ursarctic, one Ursatron from your extra deck by banishing one Big Dipper and one Fafnir from your hand or field.
No, I understand.
But if Drytron Alpha Thuban or Arsenic Polari is on the field, you can banish. It's interesting, by the way, that's Thuban and Polari, because Thuban is a starter, but that's just one of their main deck monsters.
I feel so
If they're on the
tilted
field, you can
staring at
banish it
this.
from the deck. If you would tribute a monster to activate an Ursarctic or Drytron monster's effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only use each effect. Only use this effect once per turn. So yeah, technically, what you do is you just gem three Big Dipper, or maybe even one Big Dipper, and like hunt for like Metaverse or Terraforming or something. And then just when you're ready to do your play, you search it, or you activate this when you have Thuban on the field to just fucking do it from your deck.
I honestly wonder how you'd make a Ursarctic Drytron deck work. 'Cause aren't all Drytrons level ones?
What's
Try,
up?
but I don't think it would work well. Go ahead, Aloth.
I feel insulted staring at this VTOL aircraft carrier with a fucking tail.
Well, remember,
Yeah.
I mentioned this before you got on, but the Drytron Field Spell, yes, the Drytron Field Spell is a giant dragon that launches, a giant robot dragon that launches smaller dragons. This is literally just that guy, Drytron Fafnir, grabbing the butt of the Ursarctic carrier ship,
And like
Just say to you,
together.
pushing it. He's just pushing it. Their car broke down and they needed the space dragon to push them.
Space
I was about to
Break.
say the name of a company, but yeah, no, we don't have a AAA down here. I would have said something called RACQ.
I mean, to hear it, it's like more of it's the dragons helping them break some kind of polarity.
Yes,
cosmic
Drytron
barrier
is
or
a ritual
something.
archetype, but they have an Xyz monster.
You know, there's Axe's way of explaining it, which is the proper way of explaining it, and then there's the fun way of explaining it, which is they just needed the dragon to basically jump the jumper cables because the car broke down.
I mean, I said that's dumber too, which is just get him in
Or
push.
the dragon is eating the ship.
No, his head is where the bridge goes.
Maybe he's the gaping dragon.
So, okay.
Maybe we should move on.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the list of Flamvells right now.
about-
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
try
I don't care
and
for Flamvells.
notepad this really quick, so I can figure out the order. In the meantime, everybody, look at a card you recognize. Everybody, stare into the void of Rekindling, because that has Flamvell on it.
The fire card to end all fire cards.
So let's see. I'm gonna start comparing the orders.
One of the cards that makes me hate Dallas.
That's fair.
So we'll put that and this.
I could just play my frickin' whatchamacallit deck again.
Flame Sworn?
Is
No, not Flamesworn.
technically after that.
Volvol deck.
Level, yeah, level.
Yes, we have not banned Laval Chain because nobody has overextended with that.
I don't play that card in my deck.
I don't.
It's not good in Lovell.
Yeah,
Or in my Lovell deck.
and never got a chance to use it when I was
Means.
using one of my decks.
Okay, so that's that.
Oops, excuse
Oh
me.
boy, we're gonna have some fun tonight, guys.
Oh yeah, no, the Flamvell cards are they're smart.
Yeah.
It's art,
We're gonna get in there.
I think. It meets the minimum qualifications of art.
These things.
So you're saying it's modern art?
No, it's not quite that abstract. It's just bad.
Yeah, wasn't even going for abstract. Just sometimes I look at abstract model art and go, "This is effortless."
I can get it. I just don't believe in paying for art.
No, it is. Yeah. I am assembling a rough chronological / alphabetical order.
I was about to ask if we were going to do this chronologically or.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them in the rough order they were released in.
There's a zombie Flamvell deck. Hold on.
What? Oh, man,
Are you prepared for burning zombies?
Oh, me, there
I mean, there
are
are fire type
fires.
zombies.
Fire types.
When-
That's
is
another,
Red
by the way,
Resident
funny
out
thing.
yet?
The next set in the next OCG set is going to do. It's going to bring back Zombie World support with a new version of Red Eye's zombie dragon.
Yeah, that
A new
Oh
synchro.
god.
New synchro.
Dude, this deck looks fucking sick.
Oh, right, that's a Neo Flamvell. We did
This
those already.
is-
We skipped those.
Yeah, this.
Oh,
There's
what?
Dallas fangirling over a deck.
Look, the person who made this deck is a genius. I'll just say that.
It happens.
So
show
Marth
it.
isn't wrong. You are fangirling over a deck.
Yes, no,
Okay,
this is one of them, like,
No, I guess the proper term is more of like fanboying.
Yeah.
they realized the thing that zombies and Flamevells have
Is that low
in
defense?
common and built a monster.
Hold on, I have to switch our music track to something Flameville appropriate. I don't know what that is though.
I don't either.
Spitfire from the 90s song.
No, it has to be copyright free.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
That's
that is
definitely
also
still
not-
copyright.
Not copyright free.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
is it?
I
I don't know. Johnny Cash is weird.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, almost.
I mean, he died in 2005. I know that for a fact.
But that doesn't make his music copyright free.
No, but he was also a stubborn old curmudgeon, so
Yeah.
he might have been one of those people that's like, let my copyright die. No, he didn't. Okay. It's funny. Most of his music that I love by Johnny Cash is all the stuff he released in like the last years of his life.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I went to the Johnny Cash Museum when I was passing through Tennessee. I want to say when he was in the army, he was stationed over in. I think he was with the. Like he wasn't a radio guy, but I think he was possibly on duty when the radio guys received a message or intercepted a Russian message saying that Stalin had passed away.
All right, I am hunting for our first card art. Oh boy, we get to.
I will recommend to the chat while we're still waiting. If you haven't listened to the Americana albums, they're all great.
Americana is an interesting musical genre as well. But no, we're going to begin. Behold, Flamvell Dragonov.
Or sorry, American. It's not Americana. Oh, Dragonov. Yeah, that card art is.
Behold, Dragonov.
Yeah,
I got a
it's,
fish this big.
You're not wrong, Lon.
A pleasure to have you here.
And
sir.
I burnt Josh. Sorry.
is this pose?
Just like I burnt the fish
I
Josh.
just-
I mean, it's a fire-breathing dragon. It's an action
Like,
shot.
the actual art is not the problem with this art. It's the pose and the background.
I mean, he's gonna breathe fire. He's in the middle of an action shot.
But why are his hands fucking charging a Kamehameha?
Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know. I guess the artist was probably
Or
told by
groping
Konami.
someone.
No, this is
So
a
for-
level 2.
So
This is
for
a level
on
2
brand,
monster.
So for being on bread, I
So-
just came back from eating a lot of very good hot wings, and I think I should go
Ugh.
back to eating more of those because this is not worth looking at.
No, Axe.
But
This
it
is
is
your,
super-
this guy ate some hot wings. That's why
But
his hand and mouth are on
he
fire.
spits super hot fire.
So
Yeah.
You're too
generate
close, man.
Generate two different energy things.
But yeah,
The
no.
best
What I was
way to
gonna, what I was
describe
gonna
this
say before
is-
Axe hopped back on, just then and broke my flow a little. Clearly the artist got a note from the designer was like, we need more fire effects, and the artist was just like, where? And the editor was just like, don't care, more fire, and he's like, all right.
Everywhere.
His hands are on fire. I don't know. So yeah,
No,
this is a weird one.
No, clearly he's similar to what Axe said, except he can't handle spices. He's white guy tolerance with that.
That or he's a dragon, so it
You-
just makes all this.
Do you think
Fire
super hot fire is possibly the meme that the most people have seen but don't know the name of?
I don't know where it originates.
Oh,
from.
I could show you the picture. You'll immediately know that by the picture.
Okay.
So Flamvell, anything else to say about Dragonov here? I suspect not a lot.
I mean,
No,
I
okay.
honestly do think if the effects went on him, people will look at him and be like, yeah, that's a dragon, or that's a Digimon.
I mean, that's an armored dragon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That describes a lot of
Alright.
Digimon.
I kind of like
Or-
the extra detail in like the neck and body ridges.
Oh yeah, no, like,
Like,
it's
he's
not
got some
bad.
detail on him.
Yeah, much of the Vanguard cards are just armored dragons. Just like,
It's an
here's
aesthetic.
here's just another armored dragon for this completely random non-dragon archetype.
So Flamvell
Yeah.
Dragonov here is a fire type dragon. Who could have guessed it? Is in fact 2 stars, as we said. If you're with the level 1 you're thinking of guard, which I think is next or soon. It has 1100 attack and 200 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, inflict 500 whole damage to your opponent.
Oh, man.
You can remove from play this card from your graveyard. That's right. That's how old this fucker is. He's never been reprinted. Maybe in Hidden Arsenal Volume 1, but probably not. I hope they do.
I know
but
what to use my
probably not.
super card bank for.
You can remove from play this
Why?
card from your graveyard along with 1 face-up fire monster you control. Add 1 Flamvell Dragonov from your deck to your hand. Fucking why? Why do you exist, Dragonov? I would say this tells you about the Flamvell playstyle. I don't think it does. I don't know if Flamvell has
I ran
a
the,
playstyle.
no. It does tell you about the Flamvell playstyle. Look at its defense
Burn.
points.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
okay. It has the funny fire number, but like,
And it's
you-
rekindling.
I don't think Flamvell.
Omega, I ran this in one of our tournament decks because it was like the only thing that had 200 defense.
I know, but like, it's not. It doesn't really. Like, if you just read this card, what do you assume? Flamevells are have shitty cycling and awful burn damage.
No,
Yeah.
the Flamvell
Burn damage is
playstyle is literally that they have 200 defense.
That's not a
We'll get
playstyle.
to
though.
I would look at that and assume that they probably wanted to be in the graveyard.
I mean, Omega will get there, but
It's unfortunate that he doesn't have, because that effect is when he's destroyed and sent to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Or it's on battle destruction and not
Yes.
on being sent to the grave. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate.
No, if it was just sent to the graveyard, that would be too good. Okay, so let us move on to the boy people were probably thinking of. This is a card you will see a lot more often because it is at least a way more generic card. Let me size him up a little. This
Oh.
is Flamvell Guard.
I've completely misunderstood what Flamevell Guard looked like.
A lot of people do. You got to look up close to see what he's about.
Yeah, he's a dragon curled up in a ball.
Yeah,
I always
he's
thought he
in
was like-
defense position.
I didn't think he was curled up. I thought he was like crawling on the ground,
I always
and
thought,
you
yeah, I
couldn't
always thought
see
it was
the
a-
rest of his body.
I thought it was
Because-
like a crescent lizard.
No, he's
Because,
in a ball because he's in defense mode.
Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
no. What Axe said.
Let's be honest, you're not bringing him out in attack.
okay. Can I just say this looks like the Mortal Kombat logo?
Kind of does.
I've wanted to say that.
yeah.
For,
Or like other.
I can see where you're coming.
it's just slightly at the wrong angle, but if you tilt it like just a little to the left,
It's an
it's
animated
literally
version of
just
that
the
logo.
Mortal Kombat logo.
Yeah.
Anime.
No, I see what you're doing, what you're seeing there.
So this is Guard. He is a dragon. He is very spiky and he is on fire.
Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah,
He's not-
I mean, I don't think it's offensive, but I also don't think it's like super great either. I at least appreciate that they went for a slightly more like they didn't over-design this card and then the editor covered it in fire effects. He drew like kind of like a shadowed and backlit effect, and then got some fire in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to look at this card.
Yes.
Alright.
So, in case you guys don't know what Flamvell Guard does, this is a normal monster. It is a level 1 dragon tuner. It has 100 attack and 2,000 defense, so it is useless for Flamevells, as Dallas points out. You do not rekindle this. But it's a level 1 normal monster tuner, so it's better in a lot of other decks.
Yeah, because guess what? If you've got one of these in your there's one circumstance where you're summoning this guy in attack mode, and that's if you are immediately synchroing with him.
Yeah. And even then, you can 1-for-1. There's a lot of...
There's a lot of things that you can do with this boy. I mean, if you have some way to recur him back out of the graveyard, you can fly
there
him.
usually are, because there are a lot of dragon normal supports, because blue eyes and red eyes
Yeah.
and stuff, and there's been also a shitload of giant
This
fat normal dragons.
this guy's a target for Silver's Cry.
Yep. So there's a lot of utility.
yeah.
You will see Flamvell Guard in a lot of non-Flamvell decks. By the way, I don't think we didn't do the lore bit. I think there's not really a big lore to Flamvell. They're in Hidden Arsenal. They exist. They're just part of the crew that are being attacked by worms, and clearly setting worms on fire isn't working.
Yeah.
Objectively, this is the worst Flamvell card because it does not work with any of the other Flamvell cards.
Yeah, that's
Play-
what I said.
You
Yes.
play in dragon decks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Guard.
so-
Flamvell Guard is not a good Flamvell card. It is really great in dragon decks that want to synchro.
Yeah. So, yeah, lore bit. I don't think they really do that much, but I think it's noted at some point that the main thing that they have to offer the Alliance is I think they've got some decent like ores and whatnot, but also they live in a place that's literally on fire, so
Don't they all die and become the
Also,
longest
good.
more successful?
As per chat's request, the flavor text is.
I mean, I got
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
okay.
Yeah,
You
I'm
go
looking
ahead.
at it. I was
Leah.
going to read that
Yeah.
after, as soon as David finished his point.
Yeah, but
A
I was going to
Flamvell
say
Guardian who commands fire with his will. His magma hot barrier protects his troops from intruders.
He literally
Yes,
is like
super
super
hot
hot fire.
Yes.
He literally is.
No,
But
it's
yeah, no.
super hot fire.
But yeah, no,
That's
he.
right.
I'm pretty sure he. The Flamvells in general were providing either ores or smelting, off the top of my head.
Yeah, they're
Or
just part
both.
of the Allies of Justice Alliance.
Yeah, it's where they got their metal bits for the allies.
So let us look up another weird one. This one some of y'all may have heard of in meme format. No, that's not the right image. There we go.
Uh-oh.
I think we may even have pulled this guy out during the Ally of Justice episode, but it's been so fucking long since then, I don't even know. It's Magician. Apparently,
yes,
the
Flamvell
the natives of the Flamvell country are purple.
Yeah, he definitely looks purple.
It's like, let me help you
I'm
with
pretty.
that.
I'm pretty sure the Flamvell lands are like some kind of volcanic bad land.
Yeah.
First,
So
I-
we have generic anime magic people. You know, he's purple. He has
Yeah.
pointy ears.
Yeah. First, I thought he was trying to help you, and then it's like later I just saw the flame coming out of his head. No, he's trying to burn you up.
The card
I
is
mean, that
only
could be-
played
that
because he
could
was
be
level
healing
4
fire.
sooner.
You never know.
Yes,
You know,
no,
he's called.
Go
Yep, Dallas.
No, you go first.
He's called Flamvell Magician, but some might call him Tim.
Yes.
You know, what I was gonna say is like, funny enough, despite this card being objectively awful in some respects, other than a card that is probably coming up next, unless Omega just has not put it, because it's technically not in the Hidden Arsenal set.
No,
But-
I hunted all the Flameville cards, so I think we should
Okay,
have
then
everybody
you
that
should
has
probably-
Flamevell in their name.
I think you should probably put the non-hidden Arsenal card next because those two cards were in a bunch of actual competitive decks.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Because there
I was
wasn't
gonna
level
say
14
Well,
one.
they're
one
all
thing
in the
to
order
note-
which they came out. So we're all so far Dragonov, Garden, Magician, and we'll do one more next because unless I
Well, no, this is before all of them.
If I could make one note real quick though before we move too far
are
on.
you sure about
This-
this, Dallas? Do you understand how timelines work?
Yes.
He did actually have one use at one point, at least in our progression series. He was a 4-star tuner that didn't have a drawback.
Oh no, he's
Yeah,
objectively
okay.
good just because he's a tuner that has 200 defense. That's literally it.
Well,
level
he's
four
fire.
because
He has to be
there's
fire.
Yeah, and you can use
Well,
it
yeah, and
with
fire.
and you can use it with rekindling. You know, everyone's favorite Flamvell card.
I mean,
That is
I-
actually a flame card,
well,
though.
yes, kind of. It has Flamevells in the art. It is not archetype locked, and it has defined a lot of fire design. Is that the card you want me to pull up, Dallas? I already pulled up Rekindling.
Well, no, it came out in the same set.
Say
as
the
Rekindle.
name.
Dog. Flamevell Dog.
Okay, dog
Or
is
Guard
later.
Dog. Fire Dog. No, it came out in the same set as Rekindling.
It's still later.
Ancient Prophecies before Hidden Arsenal.
Okay, well,
I'm not
I didn't
crazy.
do that in the order. Fuck you. I don't care. We're doing it later.
Okay.
I'm in Hidden Arsenal.
Okay.
Stop fucking with my mojo, Dallas. The order is made.
Sorry.
I'm not changing it. I spent
That's why I was
4 minutes while you
confused.
guys didn't do anything making the list.
No, we did something. It just had nothing to do with this.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Non-content. So, in my
You
list...
don't want me to give you non-content.
What is this show if not non?
Well, I don't know about
I mean,
that.
no, it's a review. It's a review show. What do you expect?
Anyway,
Is it?
Magician is... I've gotten away from his page, but Magician is as a card, is bad. He's like a 4-star tuner with 1,400 attack, but he gains like 400 attack if you have an Ally of Justice.
Which never activates.
No.
Yeah.
No, but
He's
as both Dallas and David pointed out, it is a 4-star that is a tuner and has 200 defense, so it has synergy with stuff.
Literally, the only reason you played this is run it with Dog or run it with Rekindling. It's
Yeah.
literally it.
And for the longest time, I think before this guy, like a lot of your 4-star tuners had really not great
the
drawbacks.
first generation
Or
of
they
4-star
were
tuners
screwers.
were bad.
Well,
Well,
they
it-
were actually both.
It's one of those things where it's like it sounds bad, and on his own it is. But if you think about it like this, as if your opponent sets a monster and you kill it with Flamevell Fire Dog, it summons this from deck, then you have a turn 1 Stardust, which is good.
And is one of the few combos that can make that because they hate your guts. Like
Yeah.
you can't use Debris Dragon that way to do like a turn unless you do like a whole complicated setup.
But yeah, no. For note, at the time when I pulled my Flamvell Magician, I think the only other 4-star tuner that I had was Witch of the Black Rose, who can blow
No, it was
herself up.
it wasn't. It was the
It
Black
was
Rose
the-
Ninja thing.
It was Rose.
Rose.
Yeah, Rose Warrior
Ninja thing.
Revenge.
Oh yeah,
Right, that one.
and Rose Warrior of Revenge.
Well, no, because
Um,
Witch of the Black Rose is after this.
Oh, is it?
Oh, this is-
Oh,
this is-
check
I don't
out
know.
this dude.
Anyway,
this is-
I was
this
lucky
is-
enough to have one of all three.
So
This is
the
the
last
shitty
of the
level
Hidden
6.
Arsenal one. It's not shitty.
Or
It's
more,
not
it's
that
the one that I always ran and like could never make use of.
Why would you never make
So
use of
shitty
it? It's
for
a
you.
generic 6.
I could. I mean, it's only 2200
make 6.
attack.
So make it when you go second. Oh wait, you never go second. Do you
Yeah,
always
so-
win RPS?
Somehow, because we never banned a Brioniac, this guy never got to shine.
Yeah,
But
we never
he's
got
not
around to
bad
that.
at it. Yet.
I don't know if he ever will.
I don't think this guy is going to
3,
shine.
4, 5 decks.
Well, he's also not going to shine.
No.
There's in terms of effect monsters that do a
60.
similar thing. There's way better
Yeah.
ones now that are in a similar level. But this is Flamvell Uruquizas. Urukiasusu, however his Japanese name is. So this is, as you can probably tell from our discussion about him, Axe name dropped his or number dropped, I guess, his attack stat. This is back before we really figured out like how powerful synchros were supposed to be. So this guy has dog shit stats for just a level 6 main deck monster. Art
I mean,
wise,
to be fair,
he looks okay.
he just looks like a pro wrestler. To be fair, or a really shitty alt art of Endeavor. To be fair, all of the Hidden Arsenal synchros have booty attack stats. Like, Mistworm is a level 9 synchro, and I think it has like 2,300 attack.
No, it's
It's like
29.
2,500.
It's big.
It's
No,
yeah,
not
it's
29.
big. It's just you don't
I
necessarily
mean, it's
use
over.
it
It
just
beats
for that.
Stardust. I'm pretty sure.
It might be over 225, but I know it's
Oh,
pretty
It
low.
it,
for
it
level
beats up
9.
Stardust twice.
No, it
But anyway,
does
enough
not.
about
It
that.
actually does not. It is 25.
Oof.
No, it is 25.
It crashes with Stardust.
Yeah,
but
it
does
a
bounce
9
Stardust
too,
to
Matt,
hand,
but it has a bounce effect.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, no, their
enough about
effects are
not
their effects
Flamvell.
are good for the most part, but I'm just saying all of their attack stats are pretty low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that also not. I mean, it's still the same. Like we complained about how attack stats make no sense. Like there are several 6-star synchros which clash with Stardust. Like, and arguably Stardust for an 8 has
Oh, yeah.
low because it has such a great effect. Like they were very strongly compensating for synchros that had effects by making their stats dog shit, as opposed to like fusion monsters which were just awful all around. Period. And
That's
many
not
of them
true.
didn't have effects.
That's
I
not true.
mean, I'm talking
Cyber
about when
Twin
they're
Dra-
introduced.
Cyber Twin Dragon was good.
That was like 14 sets after fusion monsters existed.
Oh, you mean the first?
Yes, I mean
okay,
fusion
yeah, no,
monsters as a mechanic. Period.
I was just Omega.
Don't
I'm not
start
even
at
gonna lie.
competitive.
I just blacked out all of Dual Monsters fusion monsters. I'm just like, those don't exist. Those aren't real.
But so like
Yeah,
the
Flame Swordsman.
the fusion types were like just bad all around. Synchro tried to be better, and so you get an interesting trade-off. I think this
No.
guy trades off a little too much.
Omega, there was literally one good early fusion. Last Warrior on the planet.
Dallas,
And-
I'm shocked at
Whatever
you.
planet.
I'm pretty sure it was set number 4 that Thousand Eyes Restrict is printed. You know that's a fusion monster, right? You're supposed to make that by fusing Thousand Eyes Idol and Relinquish.
Okay, I mixed up set numbers. I thought Last Warrior on the planet it's one set after Thousand Eyes Restrict. So, okay, yeah,
I
those
knew that
two
was like
are
one more.
those two are the good fusions of Dual Monsters, and that's a get.
Yeah.
And Gatling Dragon, I guess.
I mean,
I mean-
there's something to be said for at least, especially in like Playground Yu-Gi-Oh, like the Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, because you can fish out those materials.
That's true.
But it's not the best because it's just a fucking normal monster with 2,800 attack. In a set in sets where shit like Mirror Force and Sack exists, it's not worth it. Anyway, we're waxing about extra deck summoning types. Dallas I think said it best. Or Udu Kizas is just like the fucking mass wrestler, and he's on fire. There's no.
He literally just looks like Endeavor from My Hero, but like a shit costume.
He's just a guy. He doesn't even look like the other just a guy we met that was magician. So I don't know. This is a
Not
Pyro
beautiful.
Synchro. It's fire type. It is 2,100 attack, 400 defense because he's a Synchro. He's got more. One tuner,
yes.
one or more non-tuner monsters. He is
Yes,
technically generic.
technically, those fusion monsters are great Xyz material. You are technically correct.
Yeah, instant fusion makes some funny plays. We were using Magical Scientist and instant fusion to fetch out some. We never fusion summoned whatchamacallit, like Fiend Skull Dragon or Ryu Senshi or anything, but we had some interesting toolkits using the fusion deck.
I made a Thousand Eyes Restrict fusion deck.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Urikiz's effect is during battle between this attacking card and a defense position monster whose defense is lower than the attack of this card, inflict the difference as battle damage to your opponent. God, I hate pre-PCST. It has piercing. Every time it inflicts battle damage, it gains 300 attack. So basically, the idea is you summon this, you attack with it, you get up to 2,400, a respectable number for a 6, and then you keep piercing so you can keep growing. But that's way
Honestly,
too fucking slow.
If this monster started out with 20, motherfucker, my brain just broke.
24?
24.
Yeah, with 2,400 attack, it would be decent.
Yes. If it
It's just-
started
it
with
starts
Monarch
too low.
stats, but its current stat line can't beat up Cyber Dragon. At least without dealing battle damage first.
Although there is one good thing about it. It's literally the only good thing about it,
Which thing?
and that is its defense number.
It's 400.
Oh right, it's the other one. Yeah, no, this thing's shit. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, it's 400.
Udiquizis.
Yeah, it's not
that
even summonable in Flamvell decks.
This one is just 21. For the record.
Flamvells are just bad. They're just worse levels.
I mean, they all died and the levels came from their ashes.
Well, except for Flamvell Firedog. That's like the only good Flamvell card.
Yeah, but that one's not a
because
person.
it's
That's
kind of
You mean
kind of
the-
generic.
Came from the Neoflame files.
right. There was
Flamvell
like
Firedog is the
right,
first
it's like
Flamvell
Neozeal.
card.
Yes,
I
outside
just
of
had
my
this argument
outside
with
of my
Omega.
Stalin style editing, it is the first one.
Yeah.
I reversed time to make it not first because I don't care to read your tiny baby numbers. I just know that years exist.
Well, also, there's technically Flamvell Commando, but no one ever has heard or played
Well,
that
guess
card.
what, Dallas? Guess who's gonna
Oh,
see
Jesus.
Flamvell Commando right the fuck now? Because C comes before F.
That's fine. At least it's in
So
the
this
correct
is a
order.
really interesting point. So as Dallas did bring up, technically, Firedog and Commando came out in Ancient Prophecy, which was a few months before these came out, though in dual terminal time, like in the dual terminal machines, all these Flamevell monsters obviously came out all at once. Hey,
and
guess
Flamvell
what, guys?
Firedog,
There's not a card art of Flamevell Commando.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's because Flamvell Commando is actually the worst Flamvell card ever printed.
Yeah, so he straight up does. Nobody has ever cared to blow this man's art up.
No. He's objectively the worst Flamvell card because of one line of text.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, you'll see right there. It's the first line. This card cannot be
It's the
special.
first line. In a deck that relies on special summoning.
A 6 level. Oh,
A
God.
level 6 monster with only 2200 effect. Man can't even beat a Jinzo or a Monarch. He has the magic rekindling number, but cannot be rekindled.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah, no, he's
look
useless.
at him. Look at him. He
Yeah,
has
no,
a,
this
he
art
has
is
a volcano
also
gun.
terrible.
Oh, and
Like
it can
seventh
only
monster.
be normal summoned by tributing a flame bell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy is. So keep this in mind. We're about to go look at Dog. Dog is objectively a good card.
Like, his effect is
This
pretty
guy came out in the
good
same set.
if you can get him out, but the problem is you can't get him out.
Yeah, you have to be playing Flamvells, and you have to
You have to
tribute
normal
summon
it.
him.
Yeah, it's worth it. Like, literally, if you took away the this cannot be special summoned,
Yeah.
this card would be great.
So I mean, I will say
has
there
a
are a
good burn
couple of
effect.
points that are on theme, right?
I mean,
like
even
he's
if you
purple.
took away, sorry to hijack for 1 second. If you took away the it can only be normal summoned by tributing a Flamvell, I think he would.
Well, here's
He
the
would be
thing.
better.
The problem is that he wouldn't go in Flamvell decks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't unsee that. You're right, and I hate you.
He does
Oh.
kind of have a Star Platinum hair, and he's got the weird side thing. He's got weird feet and like knee
Ed
pads,
Purple
though.
face. Oh my
It
god.
just stop
He is purple.
Platinum.
Well, but
can't
also are
not
Flamevells. He is
see
purple,
that.
and he has a tail. Star Platinum doesn't have a tail.
Well, except for Urkui.
Well, yeah, well, that's the thing. We don't know what the
Whatever
fuck
that
is
guy.
up with Udiquizis, but Commando is of the same race as Magician. He's got a volcano
But yeah,
gun.
no. The not special summon mechanic just kills this card.
Yeah, no. So obviously, like like I said, there are some thematic standpoints, both visually and in terms of his effect. We talked about him being purple. The effect of it to remove one monster from play with 200 defense to inflict damage equal to that monster that attack. That does actually mean that hypothetically the Flamvell strategy of 200 defense is real. You need to put them in your graveyard, and then you can inflict burn damage,
Yeah.
which is not necessarily awful. Hell, if you dump
it's a
2 Commando
chunky
and then just
amount.
put the third one on the field, that could do some actual real damage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they were
Is
scared
that
of
a-
burn
is that
damage,
a
I
once
guess.
per turn? Yeah, that
Here's
is
the
a
thing.
once per
Soft
turn.
once per turn.
As a once per turn, like, I still think if you took the special summon off this card, it would have been balanced for the time.
Probably, but we didn't go that way.
Because it's a hard once per turn.
Soft.
It's not even soft.
Soft.
Oh, I mean,
Soft.
yeah, it is soft, but even
It's
with that,
soft,
like,
but
there's
it's on a monster that can only be normaled a certain way. So,
Well, yeah, but
and I assume that's why they did it that way, because it's a soft once per turn. But it's still overtuned. It doesn't do anything. And
they
again,
honestly
I would
just
like to
should have
remind
made it
you,
a hard.
I'm pulling up Fire Dog's card art right now.
Yeah,
We're
no,
about to
this
talk
card
about
was in the
Fire
same
Dog.
set. A card that is still seen play in 2019. Regular
and also
play.
is a much cooler art because it is literally
Oh
a
yeah,
lava
no, this
dog.
art is so good.
Love it.
I love this art.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Rock
Actually, yeah.
dog.
Like it only gets better up close.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
detail in this. It is a magma dog. I mean, I don't think there's much more to say about it, unfortunately, but it's a fucking rad
I mean,
magma
it
dog.
is literally a core hound, but
And I also like that
Thank
the
you for the
background is
one person
dynamic.
that
You've
gets
got
that
this,
reference.
volcanic eruption
Oh,
thing
I
going on as
understand.
well.
I used to play Hearthstone.
Yeah. It's,
the fact that you know that from Hearthstone makes me sad.
Zygote. That would also probably make.
It's because I don't want to touch WoW, and I don't want to
I
touch
don't know if
anything
that would
Blizzard.
make
I don't
Hearthstone's
blame you,
separate.
actually.
I'm sorry, my first thought was, wow, that's Ryu from Super Smash Brothers.
So, Flamvell Fire Dog is a level 4 fire beast. It has 1900 attack and 200 defense. That's right, because it has bad defense stat. It can have attack stat. That's how game balance work. And it has a very simple effect. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon one fire monster, not Flamvell monster, one fire monster with 200 less defense from your deck except Fire Dog. Okay, actually, I can see why they would want Commando to not be like that, because
Yeah, like I can understand them not wanting you to get Commando off
Yeah.
the fire.
because summoning Commando in the battle
No.
phase could be a little spiced.
I
but
get
like,
it.
Honestly,
But
they could have made
this
it where it could be.
card-
the better way to do that would be say that Commando can't be special summoned by monster effects.
I would say it can't be such from deck. It can be such from hand.
Will be graveyard.
Yeah.
Graveyard's the big one.
There's so many archetypes this card goes into that it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
It's just
such
any-
a good card.
Well, it's because of cards like Fire Dog and Rekindling that a lot of fire monsters have 200 defense,
Well,
but
it's
it makes
not
a synergy.
Well, remember, Omega. I don't know. You said it right. I don't believe it's not even fire.
No, it is fire.
It
Special
is?
summon one fire monster with 200 or less defense from your deck, except Fire Dog.
What's the the non-fire is the other one. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Now, I will
We'll
say,
get that.
this has actually been
But-
printed a couple of times, so it has errata for PCST.
No,
Because it's
well,
good.
yeah, because it's in like if you go into like tournament decks, it's in. See, it was in Battle and Boxers. It was in Flamvell. It was
So
in
many
Flamvell Sworn.
like I said, I'll throw this out there. That you can tell it's popular because it has been it's like I said, been reprinted multiple times. It was in tournament packs. It was been in several structure decks.
It was in that one time that Hazy Flames went to a regional.
Yeah. So Fire Dog is good. A lot of fire monsters, because of Rekindling and because of Fire Dog, have that magic 200 defense number. So you can do a lot of interesting things with them. It's kind of a shame that, for instance, Fire Fists don't have that. They actually have all kinds of different stuff. That means you can't rekindle them, and you can't... I mean, that's probably intentional, because they already have an extra normal summon, and they're an Xyz deck anyway.
I swear, if they could rekindling, they would be fucking broken.
Well, there were still variants of Fire Kings that would run, or Fire Fists that would run, like, there was like Fire King Fire Fist, which was a real deck, that ran Flamvell Dog.
You can combo it in certain decks, to be sure.
Yeah. Because realistically, Fire Fist is literally 3 cards of a deck core, in my opinion. It's Tenki Tensu, Bear, Gorilla. And Tiger King. But that's
They will never financially recover from this.
So, Dog is good. And honestly, like, Magician is not awful because he can be specialed off Dog, right? And that will be a known quantity. It's like its stat and its effect are non-existent, but it's a level 4 tuner that you can special summon very easily in Archetype. Dragonov is kind of bad. You can rekindle him or dog him, but why would you bother? At least, why would you bother in real decks? Obviously, we understand if you're trying to make pure Flamevells work or you're working in limited formats, maybe he's your only target, but...
if you're
and-
crazy, yeah.
Guard has uses outside of Flamevell.
Like Flamvell Magician has, as someone brought up earlier, there are legitimate uses for it. Like there's stuff like Summoner Monk. Yeah, like Summoner Monk is because of how it works with level 4s. That was a legit strat. You'd probably run all 3 in a deck, Because if you're running Magician, why aren't you running Dog? Because it's a 1900 beater that summons a tuner from
Yes.
deck. It's just... And when Xyz came out, Flamvell Dog just got better.
Yeah.
Because it's just a free rank 4 play.
Yeah. You have to go to the battle, you have to go to the battle phase to make it work, and your opponent has to have monsters, but as a main phase 2 extender, it's a great card.
Yeah. Well, that's why most fire decks should go second decks.
Well, I can understand why as well. You know, there's a lot of aggression in fire.
To put it in perspective, this card is good enough that it was in the structure deck for Salomon Graves.
Yeah, I didn't specifically name drop that, but I said it was in several structure decks. The last one of those was Soulburner, a deck that also contained a free printing of your Ash Blossom.
Ass Blaster and No Joy. Yeah.
Ash Blossom and No Joy. But yeah, so this is we're going to pull.
Although then again, that deck also contained a copy of Backfire, so maybe I should be singing space.
Dallas, are you gonna make your Kickfire deck eventually?
Eventually, yeah. Well, I told you what I'm gonna make it with, and that card hasn't come out yet.
I forget. Remind me.
Fire King Island.
Right.
So let's pull up our next phase. This was also in. So you may have noticed that hidden arsenal type cards that are hidden arsenal that are in the actual hidden arsenal sets tend to be mediocre. Hidden arsenal cards in main sets, hit or miss, but Dog was pretty cracked. This is Flamvell Archer. It came out in Duelist Revolution.
It's weird how this thing looks like a fucking action figure because it has like the fucking plastic fire bits
He
on it.
looks-
Yeah, no,
I mean, this is absolutely like this is a fucking He-Man or She-Ra character from the 80s, right?
He looks like the bad guy from Pokemon X and Y got transported.
Alternatively,
Oh my
he
God,
could
I was
also
like-
be.
I've been nuzlocking those. I hate you. He does look like Lysander.
Also, he could also be in
I'm
Thundercats.
going to make the world stylish.
Yeah.
Or a really weird redesign of Akuma.
He looks like a lot of things, okay, and not necessarily in a good way.
This is why I said that guy in Thundercats.
He's got a fire aesthetic. He's got a lot of it. A lot.
I mean, he's good for the same reason Flamvell Archer is good.
So,
Or, sorry, Flamvell Magician. I'm dumb.
so I mean, he's got a bow. It's got a scope in it. I don't know why. I don't even know if it's lined up with his single eye, because he's wearing a fire eye patch, a fire patch.
Yeah, it looks like it's on the right side at least.
True. It's in the correct side. But yeah, it's not. There's some weirdness to this. I assume he's purple and he just looks gray because of the fire lighting, but I don't know.
Or maybe he's just gray because fuck you.
So, well, some of the remember, we've seen 2 Flameville guys who are purple, and we'll see at least one more guy who's purple, so you should be consistent. So, Flamvell Archer.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh! When are they consistent?
Well, I mean, that's part of why we make fun of archetypes, but yeah. Flamvell Archer is a level 3 Pyro tuner. Fire, obviously, 1,000 attack, 200 defense, magic number. Once per turn, you contribute 1 face of Pyro monster you control. Have all Flamvell monsters you on the field gain 800 attack until the end phase. While, I mean, obviously, you can do some funny stuff, which you can tribute your own Pyro-type monster, right? You can tribute this guy to have his effect go, to juice up your Dog, but that really doesn't matter. What matters is he's a level 3 tuner you can summon with Dog or Rekindling.
I mean, the effect matters the tribute effect can matter if you tribute it after rekindling summoning.
Yes.
Because you can just do that to string for game.
Yeah, it has purpose. It is not.
It's
the
not
most
like
dynamic
Flamvell Magician's effect. It's not like Flamvell Magician's effect that literally doesn't matter.
True. Like at least we can say this: 800 is a number that matters, right? Like that
Like
takes
I have
Dog
used that
to
effect to take a
27?
game.
Yeah, 27.
Or if you have 3 Dog in graveyard and one of this guy, it takes game.
That
It's
puts
an
you in
instant
game
game
territory
shot.
because that puts Dog at 27,
Yeah, it puts
which
3
beats
Dog.
over most things, and then Dog summons more things.
Yeah. No, it like that effect isn't useless. It's just
No.
very niche.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unlike Flamvell Magician,
It-
who
it
might as well
re- it
not have a...
requires-
Like, considering that they also printed a normal tuner in that set, right? Flamvell Magician might as well be a normal monster. He'd probably be more useful because there'd be fucking support for him.
Yeah. I was gonna say, he is a card that requires a board setup already there to be good.
But
He
he
doesn't.
certainly
He
at the-
doesn't
at
help
the
you.
bare minimum, he is a tuner you can special.
Yeah.
Speaking of tunas you can special, you've technically already seen this card art basically, because it's in there. And I think I might have. Did I get these out of order, or are they just that rare? Maybe Archer's the only one in Duelist Rev. I'll have to double check. This is Flamvell Baby. It was in Hidden Arsenal 2.
He's not the only one in Dual Rev.
Okay, I think I just jumbled them up in my list then. It's fine. They're the same year. I don't think they're crazy
That's
far
fine.
apart.
No.
So Flamvell Baby here. It's the guy. These are the guys on Rekindling. It's a little fire chibi. It's a flame sprite.
Yeah. He looks like he's about ready to punch a dude.
Very anime.
He's adorable.
I mean, honestly, I'd say no. This is almost more. Well,
Well,
anime draws from that as well. This is almost more like classic cartoons.
Well, I would say Ghibli for anything.
He does
Or
look a
like
little bit like
Tezuka.
that guy from
Maybe-
House of
More
I
Movies.
just got the
It's like-
image. Yeah, I was like, I just got Howl's Moving Castles.
I could. I Dallas though. I have definitely seen a classic Walt Disney animation with these little guys though. Like
No, that's true.
you can picture this guy in Cuphead. You can picture this guy being in a classic Walt Disney cartoon.
Yeah, but once again, Ghibli is not shy that they do ape a little bit of Disney style.
Well, yeah, that's what I. That's
pretty sure he
what
has
I said
literally said
when
it.
you said that. I was like, well, anime takes its inspiration from that as well. Like if you've ever seen Astro Boy, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of old school anime is clearly drawn from
Oh,
American classic animation.
Also, it makes sense why Miyazaki would take cues from Disney because, by all intents and purposes, they were both giant assholes.
So, Flamvell Baby is a Pyro Tuner level 1, 800 attack, 200 defense. During your main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to select one fire monster you control and have it gain 400 attack. So, again, it's not like he has no effect,
Yeah.
but the odds that
So-
you're going to use this for a really shitty, honest effect are very low.
Omega, I have a question for you. When did Kalut come out?
I'm pretty sure Kalut
Earlier.
was before this.
Earlier.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is Duelist Rev.
Just making sure to hard.
No. This is
push at a point.
after Honest has been printed and after Kalut, the Blackwing card, has been printed. So,
Well,
yes.
The thing about Baby is, in a constructed Flamvell deck, I assume they would put like one in there just to have option.
because it's a level 1 tuner, and I will say this: we talked earlier. Flamevells like to be in the graveyard for reasons, so this monster has an effect to inherently put it in your graveyard.
The problem with Baby in our progression series is that historically, the level 5 pool has been pretty shit. So I just never played it because level 5 fire synchro what? Like
Yeah,
Catastor, that's it.
yeah, no. Our 5 pool was shit for so long. It's kind of opened up recently.
You can go to Photon Pulse now.
Well, yeah, now you have access to 4s and stuff.
Well, now, but also
Oh wait, no.
Now,
Photon Pulse 4 or 5.
Phonopost is 4, Loth. You keep thinking it's 5. It's 4.
I'm an idiot.
It's a level 4 tuner, synchro tuner that can level fix itself. You can pick whether it's level 1, 2, 3, or keep it at 4. It is not a 5.
Ignore me.
they recommend
someday we'll
running
do
Kristrad,
Photon.
Hauki, Firebrax,
And that'll be another huge clusterfuck because half the Photon cards will also be Galaxy cards.
Because Photon is that
Okay.
that one that's definitely worth a fail Portrayal because those
I-
some of those arts are
Actually,
Especially
I was
for
gonna
the
say,
dragons.
I was gonna
The-
say take a shot anytime Photon Galaxy shows up together.
the dragons
But actually
especially.
don't.
And then also
like,
there's Galaxy Eyes. Like they're just I mean, it's not the worst. Like it's not as bad as Dual Monsters where every
Nah.
protagonist doesn't have a fucking archetype and then they make them archetypes.
well,
like how
here's the
Red Eyes
problem,
has
Omega.
like 3 different cards.
the character who played Galaxy Eyes monsters in Zexal is in Arc V, technically, kind of.
It was
It's
Cypher.
complicated.
Galaxy Eyes Cypher, yeah.
Well, yeah, so that means
So
that
that's
there's
why,
extra support, but also, like I said, there's Galaxy Photon and Galaxy Eyes are all like interlinked in a really weird way. Like I said, it's not as bad as Dual Monsters era where nobody played archetypes and then we just gave them archetypes. Like I said, Red Eyes has literally got their own versions of Summon Skull and Gearfried and probably more. I'm waiting for Red Eyes Alligator Sword. You know.
Shout out to the new
Red Eyes of
Burrito.
Landstar.
But what about
Red Eyes
Comrade
Landstar.
Swordsman of Landstar?
But yeah, we have to
that
do
was-
Galaxy Eyes at some
was
point
plus
because some of the card art.
I guess- I honestly guess
bad.
that the actual motif of Flamvells are these weird action figure like red plastic bits.
Well, we've seen this is Grunika. He came out after Urukrizis, and this guy definitely is in Urukrizis' aesthetic zone.
Didn't Galaxy Eyes get new support like last year?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
Galaxy's gotten support. I don't know if it was Galaxy Eyes or
Like
Galaxy.
Afterglow?
but, like,
Yeah, no, it was
shit.
it's Galaxy Eyes Afterglow Dragon.
Oh yeah, no.
Anyway.
a lot of big level 8 dragons have gotten support.
This guy looks like he has baby cheeks.
So this guy is a
Oh.
dragon, or maybe he's a dragon man.
Pants.
This looks reminds me of like those arrow foes from Legend of Zelda.
I just noticed he's wearing
God,
chaps.
so many Galaxy Eyes
He's,
Dragon.
he's
Xyzs
wearing
are so
sandals
bad.
and he's wearing chaps with like.
Oh
leg
my god,
braces.
he's a shoopy. He's wearing well, he's not wearing socks, but like he's got sandals and he's got like long pants. What the
Oh yeah,
fuck?
and then he's got leg braces.
Wait,
I
hold
mean,
on,
leg
braces?
braces and arm braces make sense, but why?
Yeah.
You're right. He is wearing non-assless chaps.
This just looks like a Chinese Spyro the Dragon knockoff.
Axe is correct. This is a shitty made in China action figure.
I was gonna say, is something wrong with wearing sandals and long pants?
Well, usually you're not in a climate where you can wear long pants and sandals. No, I don't
Honestly,
think that's typical.
it looks like this guy should have like a weird horse until he can fly.
But what if you're lazy and you have giant Sasquatch feet so they never get cold?
I mean, but listen, I can't say much. I usually walk around my own home barefoot, and if I have to go out, I put on flip flops.
No,
But
like,
I live in
I used to
I live
be
in the
kind of
hellscape of
prostitute.
Florida, so
Yeah. Well, I live in Australia, and I used to be the person who was very self-conscious of how hairy his legs were. So yes, I used to always wear jeans.
why would I be self-conscious?
No, I'm like that, but I have no self-confidence anyway, so I just don't care.
I'm just constantly rocking shorts because it's like 1,000,000 degrees most of the time. I mean, Red Eyes
I'm
Baby
giant
Dragon does
Sasquatch
exist, but that
foot.
makes sense because it's also could just be a baby Red Eyes Dragon. They already did Black Dragon's chick, even though that wasn't technically an
But you know,
Yeah. I mean, if we got
this-
1,000 years Red Eyes Dragon, that'd be
Yeah,
the
when
one.
they make the which they won't though because they already did Time Wizard of Tomorrow and
Oh
the
my God.
sassy Millennium Dragon guy.
So I can't unsee this, and I want you all to suffer for this.
No.
Do you know what this looks like? This looks like if someone wanted to be a safe for work version of someone doing Rule 34 Spyro art.
Okay, I think we should move on to the card
That is
effect.
So Granika's effect. Granika came out in Hidden Arsenal 2. He is a level 4 fire dragon with 1700 attack, 200 defense. Not a tuna. When this card destroys a opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the level of a destroyed monster times 200. So Granika keeps some of the effects. It involves battle destruction. It involves burn damage. I would honestly say his main problem is that he's not as cool as Dog.
The main issue is Flamvells became a splashable engine, and he is not one of the 3 cards you splash, because he's not a tuner.
Yeah, you could, obviously, I can understand the idea. Your opponent swarmed the field, right? You summon Dog,
Yeah.
smash with Dog, pull out Granika. Granika pops their next monster, you do burn
Yeah,
damage,
like,
right?
honestly, in a pure Flamvell deck, he's decent. Like, it's just the problem is Flamvell isn't a pure deck.
No,
'Cause,
it does not. It
I
does
don't know
not
if
work
you've
at its
noticed the
best.
trend with a lot of them, but a lot of them are bad.
Yeah. And I think the thing is, the 2 or 3 Flameville cards that are really good. I mean, I guess you can call the tuners. That's and Dog. That's 4 total.
I mean, the ones that were run are Magician, Dog, and one we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah. Probably soon though. Not that soon though, because actually I don't know. I
The
have to
one
look
that
at-
is literally just a Pokemon.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, that guy's next. No, actually, that guy's
Okay,
not
yeah.
next. So you have to deal with the Fiend. That's right.
Oh God, Fiend.
So you guys are gonna get a kick out of this one.
We'll get that. This is
Why?
the worst art in the entire archetype, by the way.
Why
Fiend.
does this? Okay.
I'm going to pull up his art now.
But yeah, this just
How
looks like
bad
really
can
fun.
Once I see his art, I have something to say about it.
So,
The
God,
first
what
number.
oh, you didn't copy it. You're trying to save it. How dare you? How dare you, Google?
Technical difficulties.
There it is. All right, I have properly copied and pasted.
Okay,
Fiend.
so
The fuck
This
rejected
guy-
Shin Megami Tensei bullshit is this?
well, this guy
I mean,
looks like
this
Okay, Axe.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything yet.
No, but you spoke. That is saying something. Words came out of your
Yeah,
mouth while Marth
and-
was talking.
and
You
also-
fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Marth
didn't hear Mark.
specifically said he wants to say something.
Dallas already
Okay,
interrupted
good.
and finished his thought, and then Marth keeps speaking, and Axe like tries to play up Dallas's thing, and I'm like, okay, Marth, if you, please.
Marco.
Okay, so this reminds me about just one singular Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush card, that Death Howling card.
Hmm.
Or, sort of like his pre-rock phase. And he's being taken over by the Evil Swarm, apparently.
Yeah, that would make sense if he's being currently evil swarmed.
I just.
Look at
What
all
is
those
this?
purple.
Tax corruption?
What does this have to do with the rest of the archetype?
I mean, he's purple and he's on fire, but it's
he's
know
like
what this
a little
looks-
black
planetary
fire,
purple
so I don't
pony
fucking know.
things.
Does it did anyone see the original series of Digimon?
Yes.
I'm
This
sure
looks
when
like
I was
that
a
one
kid.
Digimon that attacked the city. There was like an evil Ghost Rider biker guy on fire.
Myotismon?
No, it was like called like Skull Meramon or something.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
Skull
also,
Meramon.
like, that's another thought I had. I was like, this guy's definitely a Digimon somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, this is a Digimon. This is just like
I have seen enough Digimon to know where this is going. There's a guy who looks exactly like this.
He's
He's got a skull belt.
Wagavuvumon.
I mean,
yeah. No, Marth got it.
So, you'll know. I don't think there's anything else to say about his looks. He exists. But if anybody else had anything to say, go ahead and say it.
I just think it looks like a bad Shin Megami Tensei design,
I mean,
or Persona if you want to go that way.
I whatever. I feel like Dallas just gonna laugh at me because like, I actually think it's kind of cool, and so it's kind of bad.
Of course you do. See,
Are
I'm not
you-
wrong
are
with the
you
Shin Megami
secretly-
Tensei comparison.
Are you
I think
secretly an edgy boy, Axe? Like,
Oh,
you've
you
liked
haven't
two of our
realized
like
this?
really try-hard designs tonight.
You haven't
So-
realized this, Omega?
So it's more of like it's a weird thing of like it just makes me think of my childhood. I don't know why.
Okay.
It makes me think of my childhood as well in a bad way.
Okay. So I
So, like,
Axe is at a different.
let me get through this thought, please.
Okay.
I don't think I actually like any of the weird add-ons. I don't know why. I like the tone of it. It's dumb, but I like it. I don't know why. It also makes me think of
I mean-
Darksiders, I guess.
There's definitely. I think there's a good design under some of this extra detail.
It can go without the skulls, honestly.
I think the
I can
belt
get
skull's
skulls.
fine. It's the
The
problem
chest
I
piece
have
is
is
dumb.
the shoulder bits are dumb.
Well, the shoulder
Yeah.
bits let you know he's a Flamvell because those are fire.
The head is dumb.
He's got too much hair. Yes.
Like the tongue is dumb.
Well, yeah, like this guy is clearly he is being possessed right now. Okay.
Also, Dallas, it just makes me think of like a Garo monster if it was anime.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, but
It's maybe
Garo
why I
is
like it.
basically just the Shin Megami. Like that's why I'm saying. That's why I don't bring that up out of nowhere. It's the same edgy, dark fantasy stuff that I'm.
I'm
I'm hit or
just think
miss
maybe,
on,
I just
but
think
this is
maybe
definitely on the
Axe
miss
is at a
side.
different point in his life than some of the rest of us. So
He
this
is
is
the youngest
Flamvell
of us.
Fiend.
I'm turning 23 Friday.
Yeah, the youngest of us
Still
all.
some pretty. There's still some significant difference in.
It's
your
gonna
life
be my
experience.
birthday on Let's Talk. So
But you act like it's fucking. You act like you're fucking 18.
I don't know, man.
According
Or
to
at least your
Axe, he missed
tastes
some
lie.
years.
Your
jeez.
tastes lie. I shouldn't say act because that's not fair. Your tastes lie like you are 18.
I don't know how to take that because I wasn't really mentally conscious until like I was like 15. So I don't know.
I think
Maybe
that
it was
number
just-
changes a lot. I don't know.
So you
about
were in
that.
a coma?
Anyway,
I more bet whatever.
anyway,
I know what you mean.
I would like to
I'm
bring
just
this up about
busting
his
your nuts.
aesthetics. His name in
Are they
Japanese is
pathetic?
Flamvell Devil. I could also see this as a Devilman thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god, it
yeah.
does look like Bat.
It is totally It
I
is
can't
totally
unsee that.
Go
Yeah,
to
no,
guy.
This
it
is like
does-
a Devilman art done by someone who can't art.
No. This is someone trying to emulate Go to Guy art.
Yeah, but
Like
isn't
they're
Go to Guy.
trying to make it a Devilman reference, but it's not close enough. So Flamvell Fiend is actually he is a fiend. He is a level 5 fire fiend. I'm going to give you his stats. You will immediately notice a problem with him. He has 2100 attack and 1200 defense. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Pyro-type monster in your graveyard. Wait, that doesn't even work for Flamvells. Only like half your cards are Pyros.
We're to say about this is like, why is the stat line so shitty?
Yeah, no, it's so considering this came out in Duelist Revolution as well. This was the same set that Archer came out in and stuff. This guy's bad.
We purposely trained him wrong as a joke.
Because like he doesn't. I mean, he has synergy because Graveyard Burn, but like his stats are shat. Okay.
Yeah, he's just shat.
He's a 5-star with 21.
Omega is now. Omega, you're absorbing the British from all the shit you like.
I mean, hey, I'm half Brit. I'm half a Brit. I'm incredibly
Oh,
angry.
blimey, I can't believe he just took a shat right there.
Yeah, no, but he's bad. He's bad. He doesn't have the stat synergy, so you can't special him.
Wait.
And
He's bad and
go
he
to-
should feel bad.
Hold on. I'm sorry for going on a tangent, Omega. Yoda Guy did a fucking manga adaptation of Dante's Inferno. I need to read this.
I also need to read that. That sounds fucking sick.
Oh my god, that's gonna. It's probably. I wonder how many.
Dante Shinyoko.
Oh my god, I wonder how many.
Shinkyoku.
I wonder how many new demon ladies are in it because he totally did that because he loves that shit.
I mean,
Well, we'll see.
it's the dude who made Devil.
The guy made
I keep
Violet
forgetting
Jack. Yeah,
he made Cutie Honey. That is so like
he did Cutie Honey. He
all
did
these
Violet
make sense,
Jack.
and then there's just Cutie Honey on this side. I'm just like,
Okay, so he also did
wait. We don't need to go down his whole discography.
Kaiser, SKL.
This is
I know
not fair
his
portrayal
work.
of that artist. This is fair portrayal of.
I just didn't know. I was just very shocked that he did a
Look,
Dante's
they're-
Inferno manga.
They're cleansing their palates after this mess.
So
I think
let
we're
us.
on this
swear,
level.
I
We've
can
got
hear-
2 left.
I'll say. Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Can you hear Linkin Park playing when you look at this art? Because I can't, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Never listened to
That
Linkin
exact
Park.
song. I can hear that
I've never-
exact.
I
I
have never
mean,
listened
he
to
does
Linkin-
look like
guys.
something is crawling into his skin. So.
What's the?
I have never listened to Linkin Park intentionally.
I've got the beginning of
I mean,
that
it's
one
it's
song.
okay if you
Fuck.
are into that kind of
Starts
sound.
with one.
Some of those
Like
songs are
it's very.
fine.
Oh my God! Stop saving it. Copy image. There we go. Why is there like
This
3
is gonna
fucking
be a
save
new
links and a
wallpaper.
right click?
Yeah, I remember now. I got the beginning of In the End playing. Looking at
In
this
the
guy.
end, it doesn't even. Okay, so why is Infernape in Yu-Gi-Oh?
So remember how we make that joke? Yeah,
What-
remember
it
how we
literally
made that
is
joke
Infernape.
about
It's just.
Digimon.
This is just a Pokemon. But what gen was
What-
Infernape again?
Actually,
Gen
this
4.
may have come first. Question.
No,
mark?
it didn't. It
Oh
didn't.
no. Okay.
No,
So
Infernape would
guys,
be
why is this
Sinnoh,
weird
Gen
Chinese
4.
knockoff Infernape?
Well, to be fair, they're both knockoffs of Sun Wukong, and they don't hide it.
Fair, but
The Japanese love ripping off Sun Wukong.
2006.
Who is a Chinese?
So
myth.
this
Wait
was
a second.
2010.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost like Journey to the West is like one of the like core influential Buddhist texts and Buddhism
What?
moves.
Nah.
So
True.
naturally they would inherit it.
But they keep making Sun Wukong like hot anime boys, and it's very confusing.
That's not confusing at all. So this is
the
Pound.
guy could shape change.
He is a monkey on fire.
Yes,
I mean, I
that's
don't
one
know what
thing
that
I
has to
do.
do with Flamevells, but he's wearing pants and he has a weird codpiece and he's on fire, so I guess it's a Flamevell.
Flame Monkey.
So,
Also, what type do you think he is?
yeah, all right, everybody, let's play that
Warrior.
game. Let's play. Guess the type. What type is he?
He is a fire
Or
type.
Beast Warrior.
No, that's the attribute. What's the type?
Hmm.
Axis Beast Warrior.
Pyro or Beast Warrior.
Okay.
I'm thinking Beast Warrior.
I'll go spellcaster.
David's hedging his bets. No, he Axe gets partial credit. He is a pyro.
Oh,
Fuck.
Yeah.
Which is actually good for him.
Yes. It gives him synergy. So he is a level
Spoiler,
1.
this is the other one of the 3 Flame Veil
Yeah.
cards that's played another day.
So this is a level 1 pyro with 200 attack and 200 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 monster with 200 defense from your deck to your hand. One monster.
That's very important. Yeah,
not
that
fire,
part's very
not
important.
Flamvell, not Pyro. Any monster with 200 defense. If he's destroyed.
That part's extremely important because it lets Flamvell synergize with other decks with 200 defense point staples. For example, Lightsworn is a deck that they synergize well with because I think it's Celestia has 200 defense. What's the fucking name? Lyra has 200 defense.
I think
In
so.
general,
Yeah, the
in
sorcerer.
general, a lot of your monsters, if your archetype has a key monsters that are geared more towards attack
200
than
defense.
Yeah, Lyra.
0 to 200. and
Yeah,
Yeah,
stuff,
it's Lyra and Celestia are the two that you can search
God, I
with
hope
it.
there's a full art.
And I think
Pretty
Raikou,
sure-
actually. Hold on.
Lyra
What
and
is Raikou now?
Celestia. Oh my god, I didn't realize we were talking about MOP today.
I mean, those are
Oh,
just
Jesus.
Latin names that
Yeah,
mean
right,
like
good.
stars.
Yeah,
and
also it
music.
man.
searches. It
The
searches.
fucking silence after that joke was deafening.
It also
As
searches
it
Raikou.
Well,
To
Dallas
be
was
fair.
trying to double check Raikou, so I don't think you were going to get a bite
Raikou
from anything
does-
else.
Wait, does it say 200 or less defense or
Lucky
200?
when I need you here most.
I have pulled off it to pull up
What the
Ancient Flamvell
fuck is
Deity.
this thing?
This is
Why
Ancient
isn't it-
Flamvell Deity. This came out in Hidden Arsenal 4, by the way. This is the last regular-ass Flamvell support. I think it came out
It
with
doesn't
the new
actually look that
Flamvells.
bad. It's okay, I guess.
I think
With
it's
200
good.
defense, so it's exactly 200, Dallas.
I
Well,
like the
here's
metal
the
bits are
thing.
cool.
It's good if you look at it up close. From distant, it's actually terrible.
Well,
That's fair,
also,
yeah.
I would like to point out this card was printed as a secret rare, at which point
Yeah.
it is unintelligible. You cannot see what the fuck this thing is.
Yes, no.
Yeah.
The digitized art actually makes this card look good.
Like
Because
here,
you just
let me,
realize, oh hey, it's just a metal.
let me
dude with
copy a
fire
scan
cross.
of, and keep in mind, a scan is
Actually-
usually better than than
He
the.
reminds me of a very specific Digimon, actually.
God damn it.
No, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I just think he
Gakumon?
looks like a generic flame god guy.
I just think he looks like
He's
a god
he's
of
got
war.
he's got
Like,
the crossed arm pose.
am I the only one who gets Ares from God of War 1 from this?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't played the God of War series at all.
Play those games.
Again, as I said,
If you can ignore Kratos being... Oh, go ahead, Love.
it's getting Rob Liefeld vibes from this. Just
That's not unfair.
I don't think we can't see enough
Tiny
of him
head.
to get there, but you're right. He does have a very small head. His
I'll be
thighs
real.
are bigger than his head. But
I
also,
get like Gakumon vibes.
he's a weird like living statue thing though. This is an avatar of Cain.
Yeah.
What?
I know it was a
Like
1%.
for-
That's okay. Loth
Wait,
gets
is
an
that
MLP
like-
joke. I'm gonna make my 40k joke.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
I know you got
I-
there. That's like actually how many people are in the call? What percentage is the score that is that?
No,
Hey,
man,
I knew that was
Loth.
40k.
I
Okay, but Loth
didn't
didn't
get
react.
you, but I figured it was a 40k reference
Wait.
that flew over my head.
40K.
I'm trying to remember which. Why can't I ever fucking remember Kane?
It's the
He's
Eldar
not-
god. It's spelled weird. It's with a
Oh.
K.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
not
okay.
cool.
He was
Okay.
he was smooshed by not smooshed.
I-
He was shattered by Slanesh into like 50 billion pieces. So the Eldar can temporarily summon him back as a giant fucking flaming avatar.
Gotcha.
punch.
I
Enemies.
call him Kanye to trigger Eldar players.
Don't you mean
you could
Aldari
read it
players,
that way.
Dallas? That would also
I mean-
probably
Yes,
trigger them.
Eldaris.
I mean, yeah, because it's like, aren't they usually just playing
Oh.
tricksters?
No, that's
As
Harlequins. That's
an
a
orc,
sub-faction.
I mean,
as
yeah.
an orc player, I get to trigger everyone else. Because what can you fucking say about orcs that hasn't already been said?
I mean, yeah, orcs
yeah,
fuck-
I
orcs
don't know. I
fuck
think the
themselves.
only thing you could throw at orcs is that their old
You're
school
dumb.
second.
Yes, and
Well, no, I think
mean,
you
are
could
orcs
throw that
bad right now?
their old school second ed designs are really fashy, but they're not as fashy anymore.
I mean, that comes from more just like British counterculture shit.
One of my
Well, yeah.
favorite.
To be fair-
one of my
To be
favorite-
fair, what about 40k isn't really...
It's true.
I mean, the
What about
Imperium
40K
are
isn't
fascists.
A little fashy.
I
Loth,
mean, the Imperium was fascists.
Loth.
One of my
I mean,
favorite dumb.
I actually this would be a
Guys,
I'm not going to
guys.
raise a political science question.
Don't bother.
Guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't bother.
As far
I mean, we've gone through like 4 conversations.
Yeah.
I don't even
I'm
know
not going
what's
to raise a
on
political
anymore.
science question, but I would question a point that Axe brought up, which is, can you be theocratic and fascist? Is that how that works? I don't know.
Yes. No,
Okay.
that isn't.
So you can be.
Because
Catholic.
What are the
it's
inherent-
it's a fake bureaucracy. It's an entirely false.
Not to
bureaucracy.
get too.
It
may not- it may
I
not
don't know
be.
about that.
I'm gonna.
Imperial Saints.
You realize the Nazis were highly spiritual. Like
The
they
cool
weren't
side.
Christian dogmatic, but they believed in a cult like religious iconography.
I mean, yeah, the
They
inner
were
circle
obsessed
did,
with-
but I don't.
They were obsessed with the Holy Roman Empire, which isn't Roman or an empire or holy. I
Okay,
hate naming
Voltaire.
conventions. Or sorry, it wasn't holy or Roman.
Yes, because they often fought. The
Well,
Pope.
technically, it wasn't an empire because the ruler wasn't an emperor. But that's
Well,
a
Well,
different
the reason I think it Voltaire said it wasn't an empire was because it had a bunch of a lot of the constituents had a lot of autonomy within their own borders.
The Holy Roman Empire is a weird time period that we're not going to discuss.
Yes.
But yeah, no, you can definitely be theocratic and fascist.
So
Anyway,
Catholic
I
space
like the
Nazis is true. Anyway, we're not going to continue down.
Anyway.
The conversation is over.
I like the metal bits of this.
So yeah, Flamvell Deity, I think he looks fine. He is a level 7 synchro. He is not generic. He requires 1 fire tuner and one or more non-tuner pyro type monsters. Probably why you don't see him a lot. He requires specific deck setup.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate that he has both an attribute requirement and a type requirement on separate monsters too.
Because you can fire dog is a beast, so you can't set up an easy play like into Archer.
Yeah.
You need to be playing
And
pyros.
I suspect that may be why they specifically set it up like that too.
But he does have 2,500 attack and 200 defense. So if you successfully synchro summon this guy, you can get him back and do stuff with him. And he does have a decent effect. When this card is synchro summoned, removed from play cards in your opponent's graveyard up to the number of cards in their hand. This card gains 200 attack for each card removed from play by this effect. So depending on how big your opponent's hand size is when you summon this guy and how much they have in their graveyard, you can banish their graveyard to make your monster bigger.
And that's always an effect you like to see, you know. Mess with your opponent, make your guy gain a beneficial effect on your
Especially
guy.
considering that for a level 7, he has a decent stat line. Like, it's probably because his defense is so low, but, 2,500 meets Stardust. If you can banish one card, you can hit over Stardust. It punches up over Black Rose, stuff like that. Like, it's actually not an awful level.
Yeah, no. And I'll be honest, like there were times where I was like, do I put Power Pickaxe in here, which is an equipped card that has a similar effect.
The problem with Ancient Flamvell Deity is in a Flamvell deck, the problem is the number 7. There are a lot of really good 7. There aren't a lot of really good 7 synchros.
Well, there are a lot of 7 synchros. Well, maybe
that
not a
are
lot, but
generic.
there's a few.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think the problem is that the numbers
Flamvell
don't line
decks
up well.
generally don't make 7s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it sounds like they mostly make 8s.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, you
mostly
can
a make
easily
8.
make a 7 using the dog into Archer. But
Well,
the
yeah,
problem
if
is, like,
you
what
play a
would-
Flamvell deck.
The
But
problem I
what
think
would you
there, though, like you said earlier, is that dog isn't a pyro.
Yes, so you cannot do that combo to make Deity. So he's interesting, he's okay. I think his double typing restriction is a little too tight. Like, if he just required a pyro type monster and any tuner, or just required a fire tuner and a non-tuner monster, you could make this work. But I guess, as usual, they were really afraid of Flamevell's taking off.
Well, to be fair,
Or
they did.
or even just they were afraid that this one card would take off and people would abuse it.
Well, yeah, I guess if they
Oh,
made it
that
too
bit.
generic. But if you still made it a fire tuner, that means I don't know how many good meta fire tuners there were that weren't already Flamevells you could easily summon.
Flamvell
Yeah.
Magician. Yeah, it's Flamvell Magician.
Yeah.
That's it.
But well, Rose
I don't think Rose
is
was meta.
fire.
That wasn't meta.
Oh, okay.
Most of the meta tuners either summoned something, a la
Yeah.
Debris Dragon, as much as Omega Murphs about it. Debris Dragon.
I mean, yeah,
Flamvell
Debris Dragon is
Magician
okay
got
for certain
summoned with
plays.
God.
It's still overly restrictive. You must
Well,
summon a dragon. The monster can't be 8.
When it originally came
Yeah,
out,
the
Debris
monster.
Dragon sucked because it lacked targets. Now that it has some targets it can sink into, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, Rose is not I would say Rose is not necessarily a great tuner. The fact that she is a level 4 that has no effect is okay, but you would, if you're already playing the Flamvell deck and the Fire type deck, you would probably just play Dog into Magician. Though she does have a weird burn effect out of nowhere, so she's perfectly at home there.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, no,
gosh.
I was saying if it had been Fire type on the tuner, generic on the second.
But you could
'Cause
still
you
do
could-
some fun combos, you know, with
Yeah, because
Dog.
you could Rhoda Rose out, or you could Rhoda for Rose.
So guys, considering everything right now, and how late it is, do you guys want to do like something short now, or is it still like we got? more
I
to
mean, it is midnight. We've been going for 2.5 hours. We could scratch this off. We did 2 archetypes. We also yelled about a lot of other dumb stuff.
go? I mean, if we can find a small
Yeah.
one, like do that.
Yeah, no. Like, I don't know how late it's getting for you guys over there.
I mean, it's midnight. For
I
me.
mean, I could do like.
It's
one
midnight for
more,
me,
I
and
think.
well, our next target is Naturia, which is
Little
cards.
That'd be too
That's a
long.
bit too long.
Yeah,
that's
Naturi is a bit of a big.
Let's find
I think
something
you could
else.
just call it
That
here.
one.
and also, hey, I did a lot of farming earlier. It is Lotto season in FGO. A new quest is just unlocked. Hopefully, that unlocks a new node where I can get better stuff.
Right, I have to. Get
I'm
started on that.
at 23 of Atlantis, so I'm pretty.
I haven't even started Atlantis.
I haven't even
Don't need
finished
to do
India.
Atlantis to Lotto farm.
What's-
I'm not sure why people are so caught up about that. They just want to clear their backlog.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm-
I
I'm
wanted to
s-
get quartz for Orion because I
I'm
wished
still in China.
Okay, you win. All right. All right.
Well,
To
let's
fair,
be
you
honest.
win.
If Dallas had his way, he'd be stuck in ancient China.
I don't think so. Despite me being fascinated with the history, that time would suck to live in.
Yes.
Let us
Agreed.
leave people off
Ah,
with a little
I would
preview
just die of polio or
of
something.
Naturia.
Oh, they
The
look so
fucking
happy.
Looney Tunes ass.
We're gonna have a
Except
lovely little cute plant time next time, whenever that
Remember,
time is.
Are
these
you-
things. Remember, these
Except
things
for
are
ready
your
the
to
blood.
make like
Cliff's not
80
happy.
Acme Warner jokes?
Guys,
Yes,
remember.
I
basically
think
what
Axe
this
was a little
entire
talked
archetype
over when he
is.
said it, but you have to remember
please-
that these I can hear this in Rada's voice. This is a Rada tier joke. These are the eyes of a killer.
Remember,
That you see
these
a-
things
a-
want.
a
Remember,
Naturia rock.
these things slowly want to murder you as they extract your blood out of your veins.
All right, Axe, you oversold the joke. You don't need to overexpand.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. That was the original bit I was trying to say. It just.
You must not construct additional
Well,
planets.
then it was a good thing. It was a good thing I talked over you.
God damn it.
The eyes of a killer is a shorter version. It's fine. That's Naturia Rockwall right there. Naturia Wall. He is here to
They
kill
want
you.
your blood.
He wants your blood. Yes. He wants it to paint his head. Why is his head red?
Because moss, I think. Can't tell.
He's clearly
It
he's
looks like
blood
it
moth.
kind of looks like a bird nest from this angle, but I'm not sure.
It
I also
probably
like
is
how you can
actually.
see Barkion chilling in the distance. Like that's an okay card.
So
We already
Okay.
did Neo
Omega-
Flamvell actually. I don't know when we
Yeah.
did that, but we did that as an earlier fail portrayal. We
Omega?
slammed all those out of the way really quick.
you're not my first round opponent, right?
No.
No,
No, I am.
No, Axis. I know you're not because you're my.
God
second
damn it,
round
David.
opponent.
What the fuck? I'm just because.
No. He
you-
meant
just-
I am as in David is my first round opponent.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, you were
Omega's
both
opponent.
saying.
Ugh.
I want to show you the deck I've constructed.
No,
So
I'm
just-
Spartacus.
Oh,
I
go-
just want
go
to say
left.
one thing in regards to this picture. I just realized you got these floating rocks. Then you got fucking Landois's face, which I also thought was just a floating rock.
Oh yeah, you're right. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Landois is in this picture.
I
This
made a
picture's
deck
great.
on my
This picture's great.
Are you
But,
proud of
just-
me?
Just looks so out of it.
Are you proud of me?
Why?
Oh no!
I-
Omega,
Are
can
you
I ask a
proud?
favor? Omega, ask a favor. Should I
Are you
do?
proud of me?
Should I go full? Should I go like I'm playing for blood, or should I try the actual thing I was
Oh,
testing you last time?
You best step to the king, son, because you gonna die.
Okay,
I, made
okay.
it- I had that idea yesterday. I'm like, what could work? Because I wanted to do one of those archetypes that I've had built for a while. I'm like, what could modernize it a bit?
Dallas
Okay.
And then I had the
has
thought.
created a monstrosity. Please tune into this week's progression tournament, our last episode of Zexal.
Are you
Primal
ready for a
Origin.
50?
For
Are you
this
ready
shit.
for? Are
Okay,
you ready
can
for a
I-
50-minute match between me and Axe?
can I
Oh
say-
no. Okay, I'll play an engine deck.
Okay, so just to answer those people's questions, if you want Neo Flamevell, go back to Fail Portrayal Welcome to Rack Park.
Okay,
Ah,
so
we
did
did
that
them as
in
part
Jirac.
of Jirac.
Yeah, I knew it
Oh,
was
we did
somewhere,
it
but
with
thank you
Jirac.
for remembering that one. Yeah, makes sense. There's some
With
weird.
I know we
Maybe
talked about
going
the possibly racially insensitive Flamvell shaman or neo Flamvell shaman.
Thank you for go checking that, Moth.
Yes.
Yeah, it
So
does-
that's
it was bugging me.
yeah. Like I said, I didn't remember. It's good. So good on you. So that is where we're going to wrap here. As you can tell, I have killed my music. Thank you so much for tuning into this failed portrayal. We are back, and we will be back again. Now that we have made you cold, very cold like the depths of space, and we've warmed you up with the heat of rekindling. We've rekindled the passion. We're gonna skedaddle on out of here. If you want more puns, go watch Wanted Saber Astolfo. I make several. Watch it anyway.
Yeah.
Watch it twice. Watch.
Watch it 3 times
What?
just to be sure.
Watch it in the
And
background
give
while you're
it,
at work.
like,
Watch.
I actually have some
Watch
things
it.
to talk about that, Vega.
Watch
So
it.
I'll wait
get
for that
that
later.
bill.
Watch
We're
it.
still in the outro,
Watch
Axe.
it.
I'm waiting for it to end.
Watch it.
No,
Watch
you
it.
can't.
Give
Watch
it your views.
So,
Okay.
Omega, what
Axe went to
do
the
you
extreme.
think of what I've made?
Axe went to the extreme level. Don't forget to like this video, to leave your comments and subscribe. I will. I believe I've already put this in the Fail Portrayal playlist. They make it very handy to put playlists in. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We will see you next time. Goodbye.
Hi, y'all.
Uh,